The following is brought to you by the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
Hello, this is Zack Sabre Jr., New Japan Cup winner 2018. And you're listening to Keepin It Strong Style with my mates. Enjoy.
Yo, this is Rich Latta from One Nation Radio. This is brought to you by the Social Suplex Podcast Network. We present to you the Ace of Podcasts, Keepin It Strong Style. Let's go. It's the Ace of Podcasts, Keepin It Strong Style. Covering New Japan, they ready to hold it down. Jeremy Donovan and the young boy Josh. Come and hit a job out and bury all the frauds. From the Tokyo Dome over to the G1. Social Suplex is the network where we can get it done. I'ma chill and let them have it, cause this is just an intro. Keeping the strong style, 6 stars from the get-go, boy. Yeah, from Tampa Bay to the Tokyo Dome, this is Keeping It Strong Style with your hosts, Jeremy Donovan and the young boy Joshua Smith. And thank you for listening.
Welcome to Keeping It Strong Style, the ace of podcasts on the Social Suplex Podcast Network. Jeremy Donovan here alongside the young boy Josh Smith. On today's show, we'll be reviewing Night 1 and 2 of Best of the Super Junior, as well as covering all the latest news in the world of New Japan Pro Wrestling. You can support our show and network by subscribing on the podcast app of your choice and leaving a rating and review. You can also get all the podcasts and columns at socialsuplex.com. Go to socialsuplex.com/subscribe to sign up to get the podcasts and columns delivered directly to your email inbox. Make sure to check out our friends at purerezuroad.com. On the front page right now, there's a great column by one of our listeners at TWF87 on Twitter, the Tokyo Wrestling Fan. He has a column talking about Stardom's Golden Week and a look at Pure Rezu culture. Also, I know he was at Best of the Super Junior Night 2, so maybe we'll message him and get some inside scoop on how the atmosphere was of the tournament.
Did you see those articles on Pure Rezu Road covering Dynamite Kid and Tiger Mask?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
Did you not notice how, like I said, it's kind of like our show, we recorded that before those dropped. I don't know who wrote those, but it was interesting because we were like, what was that, just last week when we were talking about those matches?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it's kind of become fashionable nowadays for people to dislike those matches and, you know, rate them real low and that sort of thing. And then that's exactly what that person was saying. We must be frequenting the same forums and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that's another write-up if you get a chance. I saw that on the New Japan Reddit forums or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the proper term is. Is Reddit a forum? Or what's the deal?
I think it's just called a Reddit. You know,
it's just Reddit?
The New Japan Reddit, yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's its own gimmick.
Is this one of them flamgasted online chat rooms? Like, dude, I don't know what anything's supposed to be called, like, online. I suck at the internet.
It's just called the internet.
But that was a really, really, really good write-up. So, yeah, if you get a chance, they did, like, a match-by-match series and brief analysis. Really, really well written. Pro Rezu Road's good, man.
Yeah, so check those guys out. Always great stuff on there. And, of course, our podcast is featured on there. So if you're...
The Ace. Ichiban.
So you can check us out there as well as the Social Suplex Podcast Network, socialsuplex.com. So as I mentioned, we're talking about Best of the Super Juniors Night 1 and 2. Things kicked off. Night 1 kicked off on May 18th. And this was a pretty solid show.
I would go way beyond pretty solid. I don't know, man. This maybe it was just me, but like I thought that this was like up there, like show of the year contender. I know it's not gonna win that or anything like that, but I mean, last year's Night 1 was very similar, where like all the matches delivered, but I thought this was better. Like watching this. Now, granted, there's how many matches on the card? 8?
Yeah, I believe so.
So, I mean, you know, with 8 matches, it is hard to say, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare this to a takeover show. But when you compare the top 4 matches for the tournament to sitting through like a takeover, it's like the same thing to me, man. Like, and the undercard wasn't bad either. The whole show was an easy watch.
I mean, I like breezed through watching both of these nights. I had to watch them back to back on Sunday. I mean, it was like by the time I got done with the second one, I was like, that's it.
I thought night 2 was very good, but it wasn't. I thought night 1, just the quality of the matches and the lineup and everything, it just seemed like everyone was clicking on all cylinders. And I was like, wow, this was literally one of the best New Japan shows I've watched all year.
Yeah.
And I mean, with how much like New Japan we watch, that might seem like hyperbole, but I mean, you really have to rack your mind. Like, there's how many times is it that we watch a show where it's solid and then there's a couple really good matches, like they deliver and you think the show's great, but it's not like everything the whole way through is always
from start to bottom. Like usually, you have some gems in the semi-main or main.
Right, yeah,
and then sometimes the undercard is, kind of rough or tough to get through, but that was not the case.
Yeah.
Pretty much on either of these nights, but definitely night 1 more so than night 2.
Yeah, and we'll do a more in-depth, review here in a second, but I mean, there's just a lot that I liked about it. I like the fact that they've got the juniors and the heavyweights tagging together on the undercards throughout. I thought the matches were really good.
The undercard seemed really refreshed, like a fresh look at the undercard, I feel like.
Yeah, because they're coming out to the juniors music, and we got the junior interactions, but also the heavyweights with the juniors going at it.
And there was no Tenzan and Nakanishi.
Oh, the New Japan dads?
Yeah, no New Japan dads. I mean, love those guys.
No Kojima? Yeah, exactly.
We haven't seen Kojima in a while.
Yeah, but
that's all right. I've been getting my Kojima fill on Twitter. I follow Kojima. He posts the most random stuff.
You want to talk about no New Japan dads? There's no Kojima, man.
Well, we haven't had a Kojima in a while, but hopefully, he'll be back soon.
Hey, Kojima's good, man, but I mean, he's no Chase Owens.
Dude, we're gonna talk about Chase Owens in a few minutes,
just finishing my point. This was literally, I thought night 2 was good too, very very good, but night 1 was I was like, this is takeover level. It might not have the same, I don't know, importance of a takeover because it feels like a pay-per-view and stuff, but I mean, these tournament matches matter. Everything that happens right now is going to play a huge role into what happens over the next 3 weeks. And this night was just great. This was one of the best Korakuen shows. This was the best Korakuen show I've seen all year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the best New Japan, but it's the best Korakuen show.
Yeah, so night 1 kicks off. We have Shota Umino teaming with Kushida, taking on the team of Chris Sabin and Ren Narita. So obviously they're getting ready. This match was to get a little preview of Kushida and Chris Sabin, who are supposedly battling over custody of Alex Shelley.
Who was saying that?
A lot of people have just been joking and saying that Kushida and Sabin have been fighting for the rights of Alex Shelley.
I had this I don't know, this scenario in my head that they've never met before, and then they just sat down and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a good match tomorrow, brother. He's like, yeah. And he's like, what have you been up to in your career lately? I haven't seen you in a while. And he's like, oh, well, I've just been tagging with the machine guns. He's like, oh, how's that going? He's like, good. He's like, who's in the machine guns? He's like, oh, me, Alex Shelley. He's like, wait. Alex Shelley's my tag team partner. And he's like, no, yeah, I know, but he's my tag team partner. No, Alex Shelley's my tag team partner. That's just I just imagine both these men are secretly in love with Alex Shelley. That's what it's all really about.
But yeah, this match was, a great back and forth opener. This was kind of the reintroduction of Chris Sabin to the New Japan crowd. He hasn't been.
We haven't seen him in a while.
Right, last time he was there, he was teaming with Shelley against the Young Bucks in a junior tag title match, I believe.
Did he team with ACH in the past or no?
I don't think so.
I can't remember. But yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, so this is a reintroduction of Sabin. Kind of get the crowd used to him again. And there's a lot of great interactions between Sabin and Kushida in this match. Also some great interactions with Umino and Narita. and kind of like the theme we've been seeing with the young boys. They want into the match anytime they possibly can get into the match.
Yeah, this was very good. It's everything you'd expect, from a young boy and veteran match. And like you said, it was a great way to get Chris Sabin in the W column to start off the tour. So I thought this was really good.
Yeah, Sabin picked up the win on Umino with the cradle shock.
That's his finisher?
Yeah, so he has two. He has the regular cradle shock, which he used on Umino, and then he has the All Hail Sabin, which is another version of the cradle shock. I
saw it and I was like, all right, game time. That's what that means to me. Yeah, it's game time.
Being a Sabin mark, I instantly recognize the cradle shock.
So yeah, and also really, really, really good crowd for Korakuen.
Yeah, crowd was hot.
Yeah, like the whole time. So yeah, this night started off good match with these guys. That led us into the next match, Yoshihashi. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the Yosh. Yoshihashi and Sho versus Tomoyuki Oka and Dragon Lee. And what were your thoughts here? Lee came in bandaged. I didn't think we were going to see him.
We've been speculating for weeks now on whether or not Dragon Lee was actually going to be able to compete in this tournament. Mm-hmm. But he taped it up and he seemed ready to go. I mean, it didn't seem like he was missing a beat, to be honest.
He walked out and it looked like maybe he was favoring it slightly, and then the match started. It was like, what ACL?
Right, like
or what hamstring?
Or was it quad?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, quad. What quad?
Yeah. The bell rang and like the adrenaline hit, and he obviously felt no pain in that quad and was just doing Dragon Lee stuff.
Yeah, I liked him teaming up with Oka, which was really cool. And then Sho's just been excellent.
Oh yeah. Is it just me, or does Oka seem like he's kind of put on some size?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about New Japan. These guys, we don't see them every single week or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when they do, when several weeks go by or a month goes by and you see a tour, it gives you a lot of time to see a difference in the changes in their body. And I'm like, yeah, he's up and down when it comes to this weight thing. So I don't know.
But he doesn't look as fat though.
No, he's not as fat.
I mean, he's definitely more muscle.
I'm not fat shaming Oka right now, Jeremy. Okay, I'm not body shaming Tomoyuki Oka. I'm just saying, like, there's been a fluctuation. I am wondering, like, where he's gonna settle in as far as like his size and his build, that sort of thing.
Right.
I mean, he was huge when he came in. I don't know if you've seen.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because they still use the old pictures and the matchups, and you can just see like he has like the chipmunk cheeks and yeah.
So, but yeah, this was good. And then we had Yoshihashi, which some of our listeners actually criticized us a few weeks ago and said that which I think what they mean is me.
No, I'm pretty harsh on Yoshihashi.
You are harsh. I'm not taking anything away from you. It's not that you're not harsh on him, but I'm really, 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 really harsh on Yoshihashi.
I take one gun, you take two guns.
If there was a room with me, Osama bin Laden, Hitler, and Yoshihashi, and I had two bullets, I would shoot Yoshihashi twice.
Wow, that's a little extreme.
For the Office listeners out there, no, I'm just joking, obviously. Oh my God, I'm back watching The Office again, like 30th time, 40th time, I don't know. Anyways, so what did you think? What did you think of this? Match, I guess.
I thought it was another another good match. Mm-hmm. I mentioned in the past, love Oka's belly to bellies and his suplexes. There were some great exchanges between Sho and Dragon Lee here.
Yeah, I would say, and we'll get more into it, but obviously we're going to talk about their match, but I would say of all the junior guys that were having a match in the tag style on that night, mm-hmm. their interactions were the best. I don't know if this was overall the best match for the undercard, but Dragon Lee and Sho, like watching them go at it in this, I was like, crap, like
both of them are great workers, but I didn't know how like the chemistry would work out between those guys.
I knew because CMLL.
Well, I've never seen any of their CMLL stuff.
It doesn't matter. Remember, just in general, remember like Fantascomania?
Yeah.
Right, like these guys have been to Mexico. I'm not saying I don't know like how much they've worked together, but Sho and Yo know how to work that style.
Yeah.
Probably better than almost. They just can't. I mean, like it's actually crazy. Like all the junior guys, like them, Hiromu, Desperado,
all went to CMLL.
Bushi, not
all went, but they were
not CMLL exactly, but they've all been to Mexico.
Right.
And most of them have worked CMLL. You're correct in that. So, yeah, man, like they're on fire together. Like I really did enjoy this match. I thought it was about as good as the opener. Solid, 3-star affair.
Yeah,
but it really, really, really got me excited for.
It was a great preview of what we were going to see the next night. This match ended up with Yoshihashi locking on that weak butterfly lock.
Yeah, I was going to say something.
Oka.
I cannot stand that hold.
Yeah, we've mentioned it several times now. Every time he locks it in, it does not look like it hurts. I'm sorry. Like, I've seen other people do butterfly locks where, they hook both arms completely underneath and they wrap the legs around the torsos and like crank up. That looks like it hurts. That looks like a submission. Him just looks like a rest hold. And it looks like he's cranking on a rest hold and then the dude taps out.
Yeah, I don't like it like even a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. It doesn't look good. That's my problem.
Right? Yeah. It's not. I wish he would have just finished him off with his regular finisher. I don't even remember what his regular finisher is right now.
Yoshihashi?
Yeah.
It's crap. That's my problem. Like, people do say like, that we're overly critical of him. And here's the thing, he can go in the ring. Like, he's definitely not the worst person on the roster, but at the same time, like, he's a really good hand. He's not somebody that even when he's doing well and putting on a great performance that I care about. I don't know if it's his. Well, I definitely know it's his character work,
right?
But I don't know if it's just that. It could also be like his facial.
Yeah, I don't think he has great facial expressions.
Like he physically speaking, he's a great fighter or wrestler, but yeah, I just don't ever get excited about anything that he does at all. And maybe I'm being like biased or unfair, but that's just how I literally feel about the whole thing. I don't know.
I mean, I pretty much roll my eyes anytime Yoshihashi comes up on my screen. Yes, I'm sure I'll see some solid action, but like, I just don't care about this guy. I have no investment in Yoshihashi.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I don't either, but I don't know. I remember hearing someone say once in the past that they need to repackage him at this point.
Right.
And it seems like maybe that is the case because all his contemporaries, the guys that are his age and that trained and came up in the same class, they've all had a great success. And I mean, I'm not... If you want to say like being part of Chaos and being a featured guy who gets to wrestle in G1s and stuff is successful, then by all means that's great because he does have a good little spot in the company.
I really did love his match with Nagata last year's G1.
Yeah, he puts out great matches like that all the time. His even this year, like he had a really great match in the New Japan Cup with who was that with? Was that with Bushi or Ibushi?
Ibushi, yeah.
Him and Ibushi was fire this year. And I mean, he does deliver when he needs to. It's just, he sucks. He's so boring. I don't know how to describe it. Like, there's nothing about him that's compelling to me from his look, from his character. I don't know what he's supposed to be still to this day. If he's supposed to be like a Dragon Ball Z character.
To me, he looks like a knockoff Final Fantasy character.
Yeah, or like that he's supposed to be in Soul Calibur or something. Like, that's what it looks like to me. And it just doesn't connect. Maybe there is a fan base out there that likes him. I don't know.
Well, clearly there are, because I mean, we've had a couple of people say how hard we are on Yoshihashi.
I think they're just, but do they love him? I don't think there's anyone that's like passionate about Yoshihashi.
Like if he got released today, would people really care?
No, I wouldn't. Yeah. I wouldn't at all. And I'm glad that he's never held gold in this company. I don't know why. I do feel like Michael Scott and Toby. Like, I want to try to like him, but he is the worst. He is the worst. I want to look at him and be like, why are you
the way
that you are? I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Oh, man.
But yeah, he hit that freaking butterfly lock. Oka tapped out. So I cannot wait for Oka with a gimmick to come back and destroy this man.
Yes.
So yeah, let's get that going.
Yeah. So next up, we had Desperado and Minoru Suzuki taking on the team of Ryusuke Taguchi and Toa Hanare. And not to fear, ladies and gentlemen, Suzuki came out to Kazne ni Nare. I know everybody was up in arms that he wouldn't come out to that song during tag matches, but it seems like only 8 and 10 man tags that they'll come out to the big Suzuki Gun theme. But for just regular tags, he will still come out to Kazne ni Nare.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
It was a big deal on the internet, so I just wanted to address that.
I mean, I noticed it. I don't have anything to add to it. Like,
right.
Cool. I'm down. Like I said, I'm down with that. Cool.
Yeah. So obviously, this match is no shock with Suzuki Gun attacking before the bell. Suzuki just beating the crap out of Hanare. And this match was supposed to give us a little preview of Desperado and Taguchi, but at the end of this, I was more interested in seeing a one-on-one match between Suzuki and Toa Hanare.
Bro, they're getting Toa Hanare over with me.
Dude, we care more about Toa Hanare than Yoshihashi.
Oh, I pretty much always have. Like, that's not new at all. Even when I disliked him, I cared more about him than Yoshihashi. I care about everybody more than Yoshihashi, Jeremy. Like, that's not a big. But I care about him a lot right now. Yeah, after this whole series of matches with Ishii and then the big payoff, they got him working Suzuki. Like, either Toa Hanare is really loved in the office or he's really hated. One of the two, because they got him in there with killers.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough tour for him.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be good because, a guy like him and the style of worker that he looks to be and he will be, like, who better for them to pair him up with than Minoru Suzuki?
Right.
And this is an education.
Right.
Like,
and I feel like
by fire.
Toa is one of those guys who are trying to get ready to be in like the quote unquote like strong style division that can give you like a strong style match. And
he's coming along, man.
Yeah. So
he's coming along.
He had like, the first course, strong style 101 with, Ishii. Now he's in 201 with Suzuki.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was very, very, I really, really, really liked the interactions between Suzuki and Hanare. I thought that, I just thought it was good, man. It was just good. It was stiff, striking, strong style. Mm-hmm. Hopefully Suzuki will teach him how to throw that crisp, like, razor elbow that he throws and have someone carry on his legacy, because nobody throws a freaking forearm like Suzuki. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah. So this was good.
Yeah, still holding out hope to see the Toa bottom hit him one day.
I mean, yeah, we haven't seen the Toa bottom at all yet. And then, aside from this was good. I mean, I thought the Suzuki Goon crap like pulled this match a bit down for me.
Yeah.
And then obviously like it was what you expected. Toa Hanare got gotched. That is one thing I will say I like about this. So obviously, we're not expecting in most cases for the juniors to be taking the pinfalls on this tour, which is very refreshing to me. But at the same time, for these undercard matches, who's gonna win.
Yeah.
If you got Toa Hanare and Minoru Suzuki on the tag team,
dude, we're gonna see a lot of gotch pile drivers this tour.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, this was good. And I don't know. Let me ask you, Suzuki Hanare, we getting that?
We need to.
I don't think we are. Yep. I think it'll just be a tag, like a tag deal, on throughout like the tour, and then maybe one day. But I don't think we'll get a singles match right now. Do you think Toa Hanare will be in the G1?
I don't know. I mean, we kind of a couple of weeks ago looked over like who we thought would be in the G1 just based off of positioning and current storylines, but I don't know. I mean, it's tough to get into G1.
Remember Kevin Kelly was saying that essentially they were going to release some big news about the G1 soon, and then they didn't end up doing it.
He said that they're going to release an announcement at Dominion.
No, he said before Dominion. I thought. Maybe I was mistaken.
Well, I know this past on Monday. I think it was Monday's Super Junior.
I'm talking about before that.
Gotcha.
Before that, he was saying, hey, if you're listening, maybe you can remind me. I don't remember exactly when, but he was saying that they were going to announce something. I thought when was the last big show? It was Sakura Genesis?
Yeah.
yeah, I thought they were going to release something at Sakura Genesis, and they didn't. And so I guess now it looks like it's going to be Dominion. So, but he was saying at the time that some of the announcements about the G1, there's people that we wouldn't think that are going to be in it, and there's people we think that will be in it, that have been in it in years past, that are not going to be in it this year. And that leads me to believe that, like, if we're taking Kevin Kelly by his word, which he seems obviously like he usually likes to hint at things, you might see a Hanari in this tournament.
Right. I mean, you could get rid of some of those New Japan dads. Like, well, obviously Nagata had his last G1 already, and
so did Tenzan.
Yeah, but I mean,
and so I mean, like, there's basically just Nakanishi left, and I don't think he's gonna be in it.
Right, and Kojima's probably not gonna be in it.
We're probably not gonna get any New Japan dads. They should put Liger in it. Oh, you think I'm joking? I'm not joking.
Get Liger back up to heavyweight.
He is a heavyweight. Look at the man. Like, give Liger a nostalgia run, man. But who knows? Maybe they'll go with my 4-block like idea.
Oh yeah.
I'm so down for that. I think it's the right way.
Maybe Toa and Suzuki end up in a block together.
That could happen. I don't know. I don't think Toa Hanari will be in it, but I'm wondering if, like, maybe we'll get Suzuki and him down the road. We'll see. But this is good. And then that leads us to the fourth and final, I guess what you'd say, undercard portion of the show.
Prelim, yeah.
Yeah, the prelim. So Evil and Hiromu Takahashi were taking on Chase Owens and Marty Scurll. And what did you think here?
This was another, solid match here.
Have you seen Hiromu's book?
Yes, I saw Hiromu's book. He brought it out to ringside. He has little drawn up, of what he calls each wrestler.
Have you seen the actual the interpretations?
I know Scurll is Umbrella Man. Taguchi is used to be genius, now pervert.
Once genius, now pervert. Oh my god. Gosh. Yeah, for Flip Gordon, it's the tale of the Flippy Rabbit.
Isn't Dragon Lee he loves him or something?
It just says love. I don't know.
Yeah.
For ACH, it says nice smile. For Ishimori, it says nice to meet you.
And it's hilarious.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, Hiromu, I think he did this gimmick last year too. But he has this giant book that he made out of construction paper. Something it looks like something a little
kindergartner would make. Yeah.
And it's a book that he wrote with all the different. It's a list of the competitors for Best of Super Juniors, and he's bringing it out to ring with him. And if it's actually on his Twitter, so we already told you last week.
Yeah,
go check out his Twitter.
And he's been handing it to Milano every night.
It's so funny, bro.
Milano's like, oh.
And then at the end, the last one is it says it's Bushi, and it says see you in the finals.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And
LIJ is gonna run the whole tournament, and it's just gonna be him and Bushi. That's
well, there's some funny comments from Takahashi after his first round match I want to get to when we get to that match a little bit later.
Okay. Speaking of which, did you see the press conference?
I saw bits and pieces of the press conference. The Marty Scurll promo.
He almost didn't make it.
I know, he had some flight delays.
And he came in like a G at the last second. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
And I saw, Takahashi being Takahashi.
Yeah, the whole. Did you see the thing with him and Daryl?
Yes.
He had a meltdown. Is awesome.
Speaking of Daryl, we saw a Daryl in this matchup. There was a young lady that was holding. That brought her own Daryl.
What are the deal with those? I think it was you who told me once that they're for I don't want to say crazy people, but disturbed people or something.
I think it's an emotional support kind of thing. Yeah.
What's the deal?
Well, I don't know the full deal on it, but I know that New Japan doesn't sell them. You have to buy them from some other place that sells these dolls that are supposed to help comfort people. And
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I just I don't know what those dolls are. I guess it maybe that is the gimmick. He's disturbed and needs emotional support. I don't know. But then it became part of his psychosis fantasies, and he started giving his cat merit
a wife and a son.
Kid, and now his kid is grown up. It's freaking weird.
So they grabbed the Daryl from the girl, And they used...
From a girl ringside.
Yeah.
From a fan.
Yeah.
From a simple mark.
At the beginning, Skrull grabbed it, and then the girl was like crying, and then Hiromu like dropped down, picked it up, and gave it to her, and she was like so happy.
Yeah.
And then later on, Owens grabbed it and was actually using it as a weapon to work over Takahashi.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty funny. He kicked him with it?
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Also, something hilarious, both Owens and Skrull were plugging their pro wrestling tees in this matchup.
When did that happen?
Well, Owens was at the very beginning, like when he was walking into the ring and he had his, Chase on the case. He's like, ProWrestlingTees.com/Chase Owens.
No, I think it's the Crown Jewel shirt.
Yeah, Crown Jewel shirt, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Skrull...
I don't really want to buy any more wrestling shirts. I have 2 and that's enough. But man, that Crown Jewel shirt's kind of cool.
I might have to get that.
Yeah, Jeremy's Super Kick Party. What
Super Kick Club.
Super Kick Club shirt came in, so that's great. I'm gonna have to see you walk around with that crap on.
And then Skrull, there was somebody wearing one of the villain shirts in the crowd. He's like, "That's a great looking t-shirt. ProWrestlingTees.com/Marty Skrull."
Yeah, that was pretty funny. He did some. Oh wait, so like someone was wearing his shirt and then he gave him the finger.
Yeah, he was like, "High five." And I flicked them off.
Yeah, I like Marty Skrull as a heel when he plays that heel like douche character. So yeah, I kind of like that. I was feeling it.
Yes. So.
I want to see him break a fan's fingers. I don't know what's up with me. I'm like, I want to talk about everything but like the matches. I'm just ready to get into the junior matches.
Right. Well, we're almost there. There wasn't really much to this match.
Was this the match with the Paradise Lock, or was that the next night?
Next match. This match, Evil gets the Banshee muzzle on Chase Owens, and Owens taps out. So Evil.
Wait. Who got that?
Evil. That was his submission. He debuted in the G1 last year. The Banshee muzzle. It's like a single chicken wing crossface maneuver kind of thing.
Yeah. That was tight. That was really, really, really good move. I liked that a lot. I wanted to do research about it and figure out what that was and then talk about it here on the show and be like, well educated, but then I forgot about it and then we're here and I'm like, oh yeah, what was that? That was dope.
Yeah, the Banshee muzzle, that was, like I said,
I really liked it though.
Yeah, he brought that out in the G1 last year. That's kind of like his alternate submission finish. So I guess he's kind of getting, people used to that finish again. G1's coming up. I'm sure he's going to be using that Banshee muzzle.
Yeah.
In the tournament again.
So then that leads us into the main course. So we start off with the very first match of the A block of Best of the Super Juniors 25. The Tiger Mask 4 taking on Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Let's get it on, dog. What are you thinking?
All right, so this is going to be interesting because
just say what you think. How good was this match?
So I thought it was pretty good. Like, I thought it was 3 stars. It was a good Tiger.
This match freaking ruled. This match was incredible. It wasn't a match of the year or nothing like that.
I'll agree. It was the best Tiger Mask match in a long time. But I'm still not over the moon like you seem to be with this match.
But I'm not the only one, bro. Like, I was so shocked at how good this was. Like, dude, you were in Texas. Me and Rich were here in the living room chilling in Strong Style Studios. And, yeah, man, like, we were popping for this match. And I don't know if it's just because it's the first tournament match, but I really don't think it was. Like, Tiger Mask and Kanemaru, yes, they had some smoke and mirrors. Yes, they were doing a lot of gimmicky crap, but they did it in a good way. This match was 3 3/4, bro. When's the last time freaking Tiger Mask sniffed over 3.5 stars in a singles match?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm sticking with like a flat 3, maybe.
You're wrong.
Maybe
Oh
3,
my God.
maybe 3.25, but.
Okay, let's talk about things. So Kanemaru just is trying his hardest to cheat like to get the easy,
Right,
like,
pulling out every Suzuki gun trick in the book there
he's
is.
pulling out like other like he was pulling everything out that he could, and then a lot of fighting on the outside and stuff like that. Tiger Mask was just super resilient. Two like really old like
Grumpy Tiger Mask was definitely at play, and so was Grumpy Kanemaru.
Yeah, like just these two old dudes who know they got a long way to go in this tournament, so they're just trying to get the quick win and pull it out as quickly as possible. Tiger Mask going for like desperation head kicks and tiger drivers, and he's not picking up the win. Kanemaru, fighting dirty. And then, bro, what about the point where Kanemaru tried to get a count out win, and while Tiger Mask is trying to get in, he starts throwing young boys at him.
Yes, that was hilarious. I did pop for that.
Bro, I haven't popped so hard for the last time I popped for a near count out like that where the guy was trying to cheat was when Brian Kendrick in the Cruiserweight Classic, he took Kota Ibushi's foot and he tried to tie it up into the guardrail.
Yeah.
And then he ran inside out, and the whole time I was watching that match, I was like, dude, Brian Kendrick is wrestling Kota Ibushi like it's beat the streak mode in WWE 2K like 13. Like he's pulling out everything he can, like if he can just
to win,
like, just pick up the W. And I really 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 dug the like, and then like he was throwing young boys into him and using them as like an offensive weapon. Like I don't know, I've never seen anybody do that.
Yeah, that was definitely innovative. Tiger Mask hit a great butterfly superplex for a near fall. Transition to an armbar. Kanemaru fights out, barely gets to the rope. Kanemaru fights off a tiger suplex. He gets a low blow and a cradle for a near fall. They go to the floor. Kanemaru hits a slam. Then, as you mentioned, he slams a young lion on the tiger. Kanemaru tosses a lion from the ring onto Tiger. Tiger barely beats the count. Kanemaru sets Tiger up and hits the superplex, but then Tiger cradles him on the landing and gets the upset win.
So that's another thing. Both of these guys at different points hit stuff where you thought the match was over. And I mean, sure, like, if you want to be pessimistic, you can sit there and say, like, oh, well, like, it was too early in the match, so it was pretty obvious. But, like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, the first Tiger driver, I thought it was going to be over.
Yeah. Like, I thought there was a lot of times where this match was going to be over, and then it kept going, and Kanemaru just couldn't like finish Tiger Mask. And I was looking at Rich, and I was like, by the way, I suck at predicting these things.
Well, a majority of us sucked at predicting this. I was trying to look at some of the numbers today. A majority of the people in the contest picked Kanemaru to beat Tiger Mask here.
I got to give hats off to Jeremy, because he kind of headed up the whole entire Best of the Super Juniors tournament, like getting you the information out to you guys, collecting everything. Like, I have no clue how many brackets we got.
We have over 40.
We do?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Do you think it was because I sent out that last one a few days before?
I mean, that definitely helped, because I know early last week we had like 23 brackets.
Wow, that's cool. I was going to kayfabe it and not tell everybody the real number. But that's cool. We got over 43. So, I mean, that's
Well, honestly, this is a difficult tournament to book. Like, this is not, the New Japan Cup was single elimination, very easy to enter. This, you had to think about, it took a lot of thought, and
we'll talk about our brackets towards the end, but my hat's off to you, man, because you kind of threw that thing together. I know it was last minute, and I haven't had much to do with it. All I did was, like, on Friday, spoiler alert, I submitted my bracket on the day of.
So I finished mine Thursday night.
Well, I'll just say this. Yes, we did close the brackets, and I guess technically I shouldn't have been technically I guess my bracket is illegal. I don't know. But
you sent the picture to me before you even watched anything.
Before I watched it, but right. How do you know I didn't go like get spoiled and look it up online? I could have easily, but
you could have, but you would have gotten more right.
Yeah, because I got 3 of the first 4 matches wrong, and I think I only got 2 of the night 2 matches. So I mean, yes, I would have definitely made sure I got more than what I got right. But yeah, I'm a man of integrity. But no, me and Rich were like, dude, is Tiger Mask, because the Tiger Mask was kicking out everything, we're like, is Tiger Mask really about to pick up the victory? And then when he picked up that cradle and the 1, 2, 3, like we popped, and I was like, oh crap, this went from like a 3.5 to like 3 3/4 for me. Like this match was great. And
hey, you know what's crazy? I think a lot of people I know I thought about this too, or thinking maybe.
Go ahead.
I think a lot of people were thinking Tiger was going to go on like a Jushin run last year and like lose every match except maybe like the last one. And so people weren't expecting this upset win here. And so yeah, that was a big surprise.
I don't have it booked that way.
I don't now. Originally, the first time I went on my bracket like several times. I did several scenarios, and one of my early scenarios was Tiger Mask losing everything except maybe like one match. But I changed it up.
I think he's here to take pinfalls, absolutely, and I don't think he's gonna go deep in the tournament. But I've got him winning twice, and if he wins 3 times, or I wouldn't say 4, but at least 3 times, I won't be too surprised. But this was a great win for him. Great booking idea. 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Very, very, very good match for what it was. It wasn't the match of the night even, but I give this a high recommendation. I thought it was very good. And if you go online, did you go online and look? Because I told you, like, I'm not the one who feels this way.
I listened to a couple podcasts, and I know they had some strong feelings to it. I haven't seen what anybody said online yet.
You need to go look at the discussions. Because I'm not the only one who felt that way. Like, that match freaking ruled. So, so match number 2 of the night after that classic.
ACH against Flip Gordon. ACH, the AAW
World
Heavyweight Champion.
The real world champion.
So this match, I freaking love this match. I thought this was a very awesome match.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
Me too, bro. This match was insane. So I knew it was going to be good because gifts started coming out. And even though it was spoiler free, like I couldn't really avoid the gifts.
Well,
I didn't watch any of them, but I just saw multitudes of them popping up, and I was like, oh, these guys must have done some crazy crap.
Luckily, I stayed spoiler free.
Me too.
My whole weekend at Texas.
Me too.
No gifts, anything.
Well, I knew there was gifts, but that's about
I didn't see anything until I got back from Texas on Sunday.
Yeah, this man Jeremy's out here jet setting you guys.
So ACH AAW champion taking on Flip Gordon from Ring of Honor. Man, this was just a high flying extravaganza.
Yeah, and you know what? It was high flying in a way that, because remember I was like, you talk about like Ricochet and Will Ospreay and all that, but that was like an exhibition of like the first match that got all that press and everything. That was just like pure athleticism, pure like almost pageantry to a degree, and there's a lot of people that had problems with it, but I defy almost anybody to watch this match and say, oh, it's just 2 guys doing gymnastics. This wasn't that. Even though they did a lot of that, this was freaking insane. This was like Sabu, bro.
Yeah.
And like RVD.
The one thing I love about Flip Gordon, like even though yes he's doing a lot of dives and flips, like the intensity on his face when he does his dives and flips, like it looks like he's actually trying to hurt the person with his flips. Yeah.
And you know what? Technically speaking, this was his New Japan Pro Wrestling debut. Even though he was at the Honor Rising like tour.
That was more of a Ring of Honor show.
Yeah, it's a Ring of Honor show featuring New Japan guys in Korakuen, but this was a true New Japan show. Oh, by the way, View Japan. You see the
Easter egg from Fire Pro Wrestling.
Bro, I really dug that. We're going to talk about, there was some Fire Pro Wrestling news that broke out today. Yeah. We'll talk about it. But that, and then the FPW. Did you see the other, the FPW initials in the...
Yes, the other corner, yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool.
Fire Pro Wrestling is sponsoring this tournament.
Really cool. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Flip was awesome. And, there's been a lot of naysayers since, like, New Japan fans specifically, because not everyone who watches New Japan follows, like, Ring of Honor or the Indies, even though I'm sure there's a lot of crossover. There are a lot of people that just like New Japan or just watch New Japan and WWE. They're not as familiar. There's a lot of people that didn't really take to Flip on his first tour in Japan. But do you feel like opinions are going to change after this? Because we've been saying.
Yeah, dude, Flip Gordon's a man, and the Japanese crowd like took to him immediately. I mean, they after his just from his entrance, the flip and pulling the pants off, they popped big for that. And yeah, all his moves, I mean, they were going crazy for this guy.
Flip a Gordon, flip a Gordon, let's go flip, let's go flip. Yeah, they love flip. I don't even know what the deal with flip in the Japanese crowd is. Like, we might have a new Juice Robinson situation.
Right,
on our hands here.
Maybe Juice can do some midnight cardio, take flip along with him, those cardio runs.
We're so freaking corny. But yeah, no, that would... Dude, this match there was so much stuff that happened. So how about them brawling out into the crowd, bro?
Yeah.
Like, yes, we see brawling in the crowd from time to time, especially with Suzuki-gun, but this was like a lot. This had a different feel to it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And man, talk about this match, man, because I'm lost. Like, you probably caught more of it than I did, like, as far as retention anyways.
Yeah, I mean, overall solid, very awesome match. ACH came in here taped up like this was like the last day of the tournament. A lot of people have been wondering where ACH is. Obviously, he's in AAW, he's a champion. He's also been wrestling a lot in MLW.
Are we gonna see him in September? Maybe.
Maybe.
All in. Well, we're gonna go to those 2 AAW shows. I would imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
Star-studded affairs. What would they be without Keepin It Strong Style? But yeah, this match, even like the beginning sequences with the lockups and the brawling and the high flying, like, I just really, 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 really like this match. We got that spot from Flip where he does the bounce from the one rope to the other rope.
Oh, I love that spot.
I do too.
I also love his spot where he like springboards and like super kicks. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That was awesome.
Also, his Samoan drop thing he does, where like he does like a Samoan drop and like pops up
backwards. Yeah, almost like the reverse Kenny, like you can't escape. Yeah, and then that taking nothing away from ACH, because ACH was awesome in this match. And there was the one spot where Flip was at the top rope and ACH ran up the turnbuckle like the way Will Ospreay or like Tiger Mask used to do. And while he was doing that, he like, I don't even know what you'd call it, like, I guess like a reverse kick or like it was like something you see in parkour, like running up the wall, and then he kicked freaking Will Ospreay in the arm.
You mean Flip Gordon?
I'm sorry, Flip Gordon in the arm. There I go again, calling people the wrong names. But he kicked him in the arm, and that spot was like mind blowing. I was like, how are these guys doing this? Also, the arm work, like, that was something that put this match over for me. There was great psychology in this match too. So yeah, really, really, really dug this.
Yeah, just to kind of recap the end a little bit.
Oh wait, before we do that, Will Ospreay's dive in the crowd when he dove over the stairs.
Oh yeah, and that was, which match was that?
I'm sorry, I keep saying Will Ospreay.
Flip Gordon.
Yeah, they went into the crowd and they're up in the balcony.
Yes, and he goes on. Yes.
And he gets on the ledge where, like, if he didn't clear the whole, and it wasn't, I'm sure other people have done it, but like he had to jump over the gap between the floor and the stairs, and he crossbodied like ACH. It was just like an awesome, like,
yeah, dude, that was like, yeah. So really, really great. Give us the rundown, man. Yeah, so Flip, he hits that Samoan drop pop-up thing, and then he follows it up with the shooting star press for near fall. Then Gordon goes up to the top. ACH cuts him off with Inseguri and covers for 2. They trade strikes. Gordon fires up as HEA lights him up. Gordon then hits a springboard spear, which I really like that, for a near fall. Then he goes for a Falcon Arrow for 2. Gordon lays in a super kick, heads up to the top, goes for the spiral tap, misses. HEH fires himself up, does a deadlift German with one arm.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah. Then hits a running knee strike and the package DDT, which he calls the Soul Buster, and gets the win here.
Yeah, so some of my thoughts here. So I think I had Flip winning this first match, but I was wrong. But a guy like Flip, who's still young in the business, but he's a great performer. I think this whole tournament is gonna not only be an opportunity as far as like notoriety and breaking him out and everything like that, but to learn from all these guys.
Yeah, he's going to learn a lot. And I know
and to grow.
ACH is a young guy, but he's very experienced. And
how old is he?
I'm not exactly sure how.
I'll look him up.
But I did have ACH going over Flip here. I just figured ACH being,
automated clearinghouse.
Yeah.
Thanks, Google.
Yeah, you gotta type in ACH wrestler. ACH, he's been in New Japan before. He has a lot of experience wrestling in Japan. He usually does pretty well in these tournaments.
He's the same age as me. He's 30.
Oh wow.
Prime wrestling years.
Right. Yeah. Prime drawing age.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I thought it was smart to have ACH go over on the first night with the Korakuen crowd and the New Japan crowd, pretty familiar with the guy, and Flip really just drawing a lot of eyes to him and having a breakout performance, but not necessarily picking up the win. He has a lot still left to prove.
I thought ACH was a great first opponent for him.
Oh, absolutely. Their styles blended so well. And I was thinking about this, man, we kind of gloss over some, we've been talking a lot about Will Ospreay's run this year. We'll talk more about it here in a little bit, but how he's had all these really, really high-end, high-caliber junior matches. But, bro, think about, this whole year, how many, undercard junior matches we've had from, Fantasticmania till Best of the Super Juniors and all that. And there's all these 4-star and 4 1/4 star matches like this that just freaking are awesome that we're gonna forget about by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is one of those types of matches. I don't know, but it was, thinking about Volador and Barbaro Cavernario. Remember how incredible that match was?
Yes.
We haven't even talked about it. And I'm this match might go that way, but so far this was the best match of the tournament already.
Right.
Up to that point, anyways.
So moving up next, we had Bushi against Yo.
Uh-huh.
What are your thoughts about this one?
What are your thoughts about Yo's attire?
Not really feeling it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I remember he wore something similar to this during the
Fantasticmania, right?
Yeah, during Fantasticmania, but it was just a derivative of their standard tag apparel.
Yeah.
Where he had the one leg and then the other leg was cut off with the tassels.
He had the Zack Ryder.
Yeah, it looked like the old Zack Ryder
gimmick. Yeah.
Gimmick. I'm glad you remember that because I was gonna struggle remembering who used to do that. But this was worse than that. He had just the standard wrestling tights, but with the one leg, it was all tasseled out, and I don't want to say anything too inflammatory, but I don't know. I'll just say this: I was not really a fan.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that.
And I don't think we're alone. There seemed to be a lot of people online that didn't tend to think that his gear is that good.
And what do you think about his nickname, the High and Mighty?
Is that his nickname?
Yeah, on the graphic it says the High and Mighty Yo.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it's cool that Sho and Yo, I guess, are getting their own singles type of gear.
And Sho is high voltage,
which I don't like that either. We'll talk more about that, but I didn't like that. The High and Mighty, I don't know, that I guess that could be cool. I don't know. It reminds me of Fedor Emelianenko, the Last Emperor. It's it's a pretty bad nickname, but I don't know if it fits the character of Yo. I don't know. I didn't catch that when it was on there, but nothing about his gear, with I don't know, the jacket and the gear and the tassels indicates to me the High and Mighty.
Right.
Here's what we're gonna call you, pal. The High and Mighty. I love it. That's stupid sounding. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but with that being said, Bushi, his gear.
Dude, Bushi is always on point.
Do you know why? Because he has to. Because he's the lowest member on the freaking LIJ. He's lower than everybody else. So he's got to floss harder than anybody else.
There was a hilarious tweet I saw from Bushi about his mask. I wonder if I could find it real quick.
He spends thousands of dollars on those masks.
It was something along those lines.
Yeah, Don Callis was like, that's a $3,000 mask right there. I'm like, what? Where are you? Who are you going to? What is that mask made out of that it costs that much money? Are you kidding me? Oh my god! But
I can't find it now. But it was something along the lines he was rent is this much, utility is this much. My mask, $3,000, like super cool mask, $3,600. Somebody help me budget.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, Bushi came out flossing like a G, like a pimp.
Just dripping in finesse.
Yeah, like he freaking is. Yeah, he's awesome. But with that being said, taking away the character work and the what they wear, I'm still on this kick where I'm like, I don't really dig Bushi.
Right. I mean, Bushi, it's fine. He's fine.
Every now and again, he has an okay match, but for the most part, like, he's definitely, there's a reason he's the lowest guy on LIJ, because he is, in actuality, the lowest guy in LIJ. I would much rather watch Evil work, or Sonata, or obviously Hiromu or Naito.
Right.
And, like, I don't know what it is with him as a worker, but, like, I never watch Bushi and think, aside from, like, he's got a cool character and he's got cool clothes and the Bushirooney, but other than that, like, his matches don't really draw me in.
Right. This match overall was just okay match.
I thought it was pretty good. Yo was really good.
Yeah.
Yo was really good.
Yo was doing a great job selling, because, I mean, majority of this match, Bushi took majority of this match and was beating down on Yo, so Yo did an awesome job with his selling in this match.
Yeah, I was all about Yo in this match, and I was very pleasantly surprised at how well, he came off when it came to this match. I'm just looking at my bracket here. I had, you know what? I did pick Yo to go over Bushi on that in the A block. Okay, so I didn't do as bad as I thought I did.
So you got two out of 4.
Yep.
So I got 2 out of 4 also, but I did not get this one right. I had Bushi. I believe I had Bushi going over Yo.
Yep, I had Tiger Mask losing to Kanemaru, which was obviously wrong, and I had Flip Gordon beating ACH, which was wrong, but I got this match right. Yo versus Bushi. I had Yo going over. However...
Oh, actually, I also had Yo going over Bushi.
But I will say this. I've only got Yo winning 4 points in the whole tournament. And after this showing, I think I might have... I've got him and Sho both doing only 4 points each.
I have Yo and Sho doing 6 points each.
You're probably right. I'm probably wrong.
But yeah, I did have Yo over... Bushi.
Now here's the thing. They were kind of talking about, I was reading Chris Charlton's Twitter, and he was talking about how the translations from the Japanese commentary was that they didn't know what Yo's finisher was. Which was kind of like really interesting, because everyone's like, well, what is he going to basically do? Because we've never seen him in singles match, so we don't really know what his finisher is, which I thought was very interesting here. And also, like, not only that, but like when you talk about juniors, yes, in the tag division, Sho and Yo are obviously higher than, say, a Bushi, but when it comes to just standings in the junior division, Bushi's much higher than Yo. So the fact that Yo picked up a win against Bushi, that is on the first night,
that was upset.
Huge deal.
Yeah,
that was 3 upsets in a row if you really think about it.
And a lot of people in our contest had went with Bushi over Yo. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a lot to talk about as far as like in ring, but it was solid, very very solid match, and basically at the end, Bushi ended up getting caught with. Do you know what Yo's finisher was? It was a code breaker into a cradle. I don't know what he calls it.
No,
yet.
Well, Yo, he countered the code breaker into a cradle.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, Bushi did. He had a Canadian destroyer.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
I thought that was gonna be the finish.
I did too.
But then
Yo was super resilient. He wrestling from underneath. He did a great job.
Yeah, Bushi was going for the code breaker, and then Yo reversed it into a cradle for the win. So he didn't really do a finisher, just good old small package.
Well, I'm sure we will learn what that is as the nights go on. So at this point, we're going into the final match of the night. We got Tiger Mask with 2 points, ACH with 2 points, Yo with 2 points, which brings us to the main event: Will Ospreay versus Taiji Ishimori, the Bone Soldier.
And this was another incredible matchup, which I think we predicted it was going to be. Both of these guys are great workers. We keep talking about how Ospreay is on a mission to prove he's the best wrestler in the world, and Ishimori, he's now getting this platform in New Japan. He's did his work in Noah, did his stuff on Impact, and now he wants to show the world and the biggest company in Japan what he can do.
Now, I'll say that as far as like technical, maybe not technical, but like from aerial and athleticism and aerial feats of prowess or whatever, the match between ACH and Flip Gordon's pretty hard to touch.
Yeah.
But this match, because obviously, we had the backstory earlier last month where when, at what was it, Dontaku?
At Sakura Genesis?
Dontaku.
Oh, Dontaku.
Yep, so Will Ospreay, beat Kushida in the semi-main event of Dontaku and then was promptly attacked by Ishimori, making his debut and, left him laying in the ring. So there's more of a backstory here than any other match in the
so this match, which I love because, they didn't have to do, a whole, feeling out process. The bell rang and Ospreay, immediately jumped him. Yeah, jump zone. And was just taken to him as soon as the bell rings.
And for you listeners, if you don't know what jump zone is, so we talk about our group all the time, the Wrestling Squared Circle on Facebook, and we have these group chats. And a few years ago, or it was just last year, when SmackDown,
I think it was 2 years ago now.
When
I think it was 2016.
When SmackDown was killing it.
2016.
Okay. So 2 years.
Remember, Jinder was champion last year.
Oh yeah, you're right. So anyway, so when SmackDown was just incredible and putting on great television, we would all get in these group chats or on the we do live viewing parties and everyone kind of comments and everyone was just getting jumped in freaking
on SmackDown.
SmackDown, every single feud was someone getting jumped and at first people were like World Star, but then I don't know who started. Was it Richard James?
Yeah, it had to be Richard James.
They were like Jump Zone, and then basically the running joke was that SmackDown became the Jump Zone. Every single segment was someone getting jumped, whether it was Carmella and Nikki or Nikki and freaking Natalia, or there's a bunch of other people getting jumped at the time. Every single segment, and it was great.
Yeah.
So every time someone gets jumped, we're always
Jump Zone.
Jump Zone.
Oh man.
These little inside jokes, my God.
We're hilarious.
Do you want to tell them about the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Maybe one day when we come out with a unrated, unfiltered,
uncooked, uncensored, raw.
Yeah. Maybe we'll come out with a Patreon like that. We'll tell you guys about the adult content. Oh God.
All right. So back to this match,
and we'll just talk about Miho Abe though.
Yeah, we'll start a Patreon. You want to hear me go on for an hour about Miho Abe and Tokyo Latina and the whole thing?
I don't think anyone's going to pay for that, bro. Oh my God, that sounds awful.
Sounds as awful as paying $500 to get a table at Sarcast.
We'll talk about that too. So, Will Ospreay and Taiji Ishimori. This match, from a physicality standpoint, was just awesome. It was the most intense match of the night, as far as because these guys clearly don't like each other, and then obviously Will Ospreay has the target on his neck that everyone's just attacking.
Right.
So Ishimori started exploiting that right away.
Right. Question for you.
Okay.
I've been seeing this. Do you think Ishimori is too small to be a heel?
No. Taz exists.
I don't think so either, but I've been hearing a couple people say that now.
Do I think he can be a great babyface? Yes, I do. But bro, I don't know. Other people might not agree with me, but me and Rich were sitting there, and his facials are freaking.
Bro, yeah, he was vicious.
He Rich looked at me and he's like, bro, he looks at the end of the match. He was like, he looks crazier than Takahashi. Yeah. And I was like, I agree. I did see someone on Reddit today say that they're kind of modeling him in the vein of AJ Styles when he came to Bullet Club, sort of like that, very, very similar in the portrayal of the characters, which I do actually, once they said that, kind of clicked for me. I was like, I kind of agree with that. No, but I don't think that Ishimori has to be a baby face. I think he's doing great heel work already.
Yeah, I mean, his facials are great. He was very vicious, like you mentioned, attacking the neck.
He's believable to me. I don't know, man. And someone also posted a photo of him and Bolo Young from Bloodsport, which is my favorite movie of all time. He was Chong Li, the villain.
Yeah.
And he looks kind of like Chong Li, so I'm like, yeah, it's Mini Chong. Like, of course he's a heel. Look at the dude. Like, you break brick, not hit back.
One thing I loved from Ishimori, he was using the crossface, but there was one version of the crossface he was using where like he wrapped Ospreay's like other arm.
It's a yes lock.
Kind of.
No, it is. It's the omoplata crossface. It's the same thing. It
looked a little bit different than Daniel Bryan's.
Bryan hasn't been applying it the way he used to. When Bryan first started applying it the proper way,
right,
that's how he was applying it, and then he loosened it up because everyone just applies stuff kind of loose in WWE, but it's the same move.
Okay, I don't know. It looks kind of different to me.
It's the label lock.
Gotcha.
Because it's omoplata. Yeah. And omoplata is when the arm is up like this, and then you cross-face the guy. It's the same move.
Yeah, well, it looked awesome. It looked better than the yes lock.
It looks much better than the yes lock. It looks the way that the label lock, the way that Ishimori's applying it, and taking nothing away from Daniel Bryan. He's obviously, we're Bryan marks, but Ishimori's like label lock looks better than Bryan's.
Yeah.
But like I said, Bryan used to apply it like that. If you go back to 2012 or I think it was 12 when he first debuted that move.
Yeah.
That's how he used to put it on, and it getting put in an omoplata, like from BJJ, it's not fun. It hurts. Like, just put your arm like this, and you'll feel what it feels like.
Right, and just being crossface, I can tell you from amateur wrestling, being crossface is not fun either.
No, and actually, I've seen someone it's very hard to apply this move in a real fight, but it is a real submission hold. I've seen someone get tapped out in MMA from it. It's like a 1 in a million like application, but yeah. It's real. Judo Gene LaBelle is the reason they call it the LaBelle lock.
Yeah, it's from LaBelle, yeah.
Judo Gene LaBelle, who's a real like legend of judo, and yes, he was a pro wrestling promoter, but the dude was one of the greatest like practitioners of judo in his time and ground fighting. He invented that lock, and it's real. So yeah, I noticed that too. I'm glad you noticed that actually.
Yeah, definitely noticed that because he needed to work over the neck with the crossface. He had the label lock, and then he also did like a regular crossface. Coming on to the end of the match here, Ospreay drops his elbow pad and fires up. Does the back elbow and reverse side suplex for a near fall. He drapes Ishimori over the ropes and hits him with a shooting star press for 2. Ospreay is visibly frustrated. He hits the Robinson special. Ishimori counters the Stormbreaker into a reverse Rana, which just looked nasty.
That reverse Rana, the way he landed was kind of, maybe I'm wrong, but it looked bad. Yeah. I don't know if it was bad. I don't always have an eye for that sort of thing, but
right.
It didn't look like...
Yeah, I popped for that. I was like, oh!
I popped too, but I was worried about his neck. I'm still worried about his neck. Like,
yeah.
So, although, did you notice that Will Ospreay, no tape, no cupping marks on his like neck?
Yeah.
He actually looked a little thicker than he has recently too. So I don't know if he's like lifting weights or strength training.
Something, yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
So after that, Rana.
Spanish Fly.
Yeah, Spanish Fly. Yeah, that was awesome. Then Ospreay fires away with kicks. He goes for the Oz Cutter, but Ishimori counters it into the Bloody Cross, which is a front suplex into a code breaker.
I don't like it.
You don't like the Bloody Cross?
I mentioned it last week, and I've just...
That's right, yeah.
There's so many guys that are doing, like, you know, the double knee moves, like the lung blower type moves from the back, or like the code breaker. And they're all just doing different variations of the same crap, and I don't know, it's just...
Pretty much the code breaker is becoming the new cutter.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not a big fan of it, personally. I'd much rather see someone get dropped on their head.
I mean, I don't hate it. I think it's a fine finisher for Ishimori.
If you could come up with one big impact finisher for your character, what would it be?
Ishimori, or you mean like John Juris?
John Juris.
I don't know. I always just go like back and forth with different finishers.
Right now,
for me,
like if you could do anything, if you're a worker, you're out there. What are you gonna do?
See, I'm kind of a small guy, so I gotta do something that's like believable. So that's why I always try to do like submission holds. But for an impact move, I don't know. I always like Death Valley Driver or like Burning Hammer.
You can't do a Burning Hammer as your freaking finisher. Who are you, Michael Elgin? My God. No, for me, I've had this I had this vision, and I think actually Tokyo Pimp kind of does a version of it, but the way he does like a Fisherman Buster sort of. But I've had this vision where like if I was a wrestler, not that I will be, but if I was, I would do like a Fisherman Brainbuster, but like I would bring the guy up, straight up, all the way up, and then hook the leg, and then drill him down.
Oh my God.
That'd be my finisher, but I'd be the safest and greatest
worker there is.
Brainbuster practitioner there ever was. Better than Hashimoto, better than Austin Aries, better than Trevor, or not, I said Trevor Murdoch. Who was it that invented the Brainbusters? Freaking he used to tag team the West Texas Outlaws. He tag team with Dusty Rhodes.
I'm blanking right now.
What's freaking wrong with me? I'll look it up. Keep talking.
All right, so yeah, Ishimori gets the win here. Great match to close out night one. So obviously, even if Ishimori doesn't win the tournament, he's definitely a title contender since he pinned the champion here. Like we mentioned, did an awesome job as a heel role. Ospreay looked good too, and so
Dick Murdoch.
Okay, yes. Okay, yeah.
Anyways, keep going.
So yeah,
I'm all over the place today, bro.
But yeah, that ends night one.
I thought this match was really, 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 really good. Like we were kind of hypothesizing, Ishimori did pick up the win. In kayfabe, this is an upset, and this was nothing but upsets the whole night.
And the crazy thing is, this match only went 13 minutes, 47 seconds.
Yeah, it got less time than the other matches. I don't know if maybe the other matches just went a little long and they accommodated, but they didn't need any more.
Right, this was perfect. And it was perfect. This is a great first match because also there's going to be a rematch, and so the rematch can go a little bit longer. Yeah,
bro, and Ospreay put him over clean. Yeah. So it really sets Ishimori up to have a great run in this tournament and to be a main player in this division. This was
deja vu for Ospreay last year's Best of Super Junior. He faced the new Bullet Club member Marty Scurll in the first round.
Well, that wasn't deja vu because he always loses to Scurll. Marty.
I know, but just a fact for this year, once again, new Bullet Club member, first round, loses.
Gotcha. So. Good call, man. Oh my God, you're like freaking. I always forget his name.
The professor, Mike Tenay.
You're like Mike Tenay out here, just remembering crap.
Oh man! So, all right, let's go on to night 2 of Best of Super Juniors. Things kicked off.
I cannot wait to do it. Night 2, yes.
Yeah, things kicked off with Umino against Tsuji.
Before we do that, let me ask you: do you agree with me? You think this is night 1? Which did you like better, night 1 or night 2?
Yeah, I like night 1 overall better.
You agree with my assertion that it might be like a match of the year candidate or
show of the year? I mean, up to this point in the year, yes, but obviously, Dominion's right around the corner.
G1
and G1, so this is
G1's gonna have a lot of nights.
Unfortunately, some of these nights might get lost in the shuffle.
Not with me. I'm marking it all down, brother. I don't think it'll get the votes, but I've got it marked down.
Yeah.
When we come out with our polls,
for our Keeping It Strong Style year in awards.
Yeah.
So Umino versus Tsuji. Ren Narita was injured, so Tsuji was replacing him in this match here. So this was a great opportunity for Tsuji to have a one-on-one match on a bigger show.
What's today's date?
Today is the 21st. We're recording on May 21st.
Okay, there's some news that just popped up in my box that we're going to have to talk about. It literally just popped up. I'm like, is this current or is it not? Okay. Anyways, keep going. Sorry about that.
No worries.
I just want to make sure that this is current. I was like, is this new or is this old? It's new. Yeah. It's kind of like breaking news. Anyways, keep going.
All right, so Suji's replacing Narita here. Great chance for Suji to work a singles match here with the ace of the current crop of young lions, Shota Umino.
Maybe get a victory. It's young boy versus young lion versus young lion. I know he's new, but you just never know.
Right. But I mean, this was a very good match. Suji actually showed a lot of fire in this match, and definitely was his best one-on-one showing that I've seen from him.
It was good. He's getting better. I like the matches with him and Yumura.
Yes, they're a little rivalry, yeah.
But I thought that this was very good, and he actually got a Boston Crab on Umino. So we kind of talked about that, how like the first few times that they wrestled, they didn't even get a chance to even come close to winning matches, and now they're starting to, come within like a sniff of winning, which is nice.
Yeah, so this was good back and forth. Came down to the end. Umino hits the missile drop kick and goes back to the Boston Crab. Suji did one last comeback. I thought he was actually going to fight to the ropes, but Umino cranked that crab and Suji tapped out.
Hey, you can give me all the great tag team openers in the world, but for me, give me two young lions.
Yes. Give me solid one-on-one young lion match.
Bro, the more that I'm watching 1970s New Japan, the more I'm like appreciating these young lions matches. We gotta get you watching some of these 70s matches.
Get me on that 70s project.
Oh my god, bro, this match between Go Ryuma and Tatsuya Fujinami from 1978, amazing. You're gonna watch that.
All right. So next up, we had a 6-man tag. We had ACH, Tiger Mask 4, and Tomoaki Oka taking on the Chaos team of Will Ospreay, Yo, and Yoshihashi.
This was okay. Nothing to complain about. It was solid, but I kind of prefer the tag matches on this tour. There's a little bit more focus.
Yeah.
The multi-man aspect here kind of, even though they probably need this for how like strenuous this tour is going to be. They probably need like some multi-man matches like this, to kind of give guys like extended breaks during matches and keep them on the card. But I don't know. This was nothing special to me or anything like that.
I did like some of the interactions between Ospreay and ACH.
Okay.
I think they had some good interactions.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe I was missing what was going on or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, I just thought that this was your standard by the numbers, like 6-man tag, basically.
And once again, Yoshihashi gets the win with that horrible butterfly lock.
That was another reason I don't think I like this match. Yeah, because I noticed that too.
Yeah.
The thing is, all he has to do is tie up that butterfly lock. It's like, I can't buy that he's doing anything because only one arm is cranked and the other arm is just stuck. And it's not enough. In a real world scenario like that, it looks like crap.
I wouldn't even call that a butterfly lock.
I wouldn't either. Like, as a former, like, because you were an amateur wrestler. I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I know that, like, you got to lock up the other arm if you want to basically put the crank on. And, like, that, he's not doing that.
Yeah.
It just looks terrible. And there's a way you can put it on without hurting the guy. So it's not even that painful of a move unless you really, really... It's a hard submission to pull off anyways. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And after the match...
I don't like it.
Yeah. After the match, Ospreay says that ACH can F off the WWE once he's done with him.
That was pretty funny.
So next up, we had Flip Gordon and Flip Gordon teamed up with Toa Hanare against Minoru Suzuki and Kanemaru, and Suzuki and Kanemaru beat the crap out of Flip and Toa.
Yeah, they did. I don't want to say what they made them, but that's what they made them. They made them theirs.
They broke their backs and made them humble.
Yeah, they did. They destroyed these guys, and I actually liked the interactions between Hanare and Suzuki better in this match than the first night.
Yes, yeah.
But they destroyed Flip and Hanare. Like, it wasn't even really that fair. Also, like, Suzuki and Flip was like hilarious. Like, watching them interact, and I can just imagine Flip being like, "What have I gotten myself into?
Yeah, what did I sign up for?" And then Suzuki's like, "Oh, a new pretty boy for me to beat up."
Yeah. So this was good. Hanare ate another gotcha pile driver, and Suzuki-gun gets the 1-2-3. I do wonder if Suzuki's like, what am I doing out here? Like why am I on this tour right now? Because like none of the other big guys are on the tour. He's the biggest name on the tour.
Yeah. The next up, we had the LIJ team of Sonata and Bushi taking on the Bullet Club team of the Crown Jewel Chase Owens and the Bone Soldier Taiji Ishimori.
What did you think of this?
I thought it was a okay matchup. The best part was Chase Owens attempting to put the Paradise Lock on Sonata and asking Milano for advice how to put on the Paradise Lock. I freaking was dying.
I've seen a lot of people talking about this, and I even saw fan art pop up today. I'm like, where was I when this happened? I must have been...
Yeah, you must have been looking at your phone.
I don't know what it was, bro, because everyone's talking about this moment, and I missed it. Like, I probably need to go back and rewatch it, but what happened?
Yeah, so he's trying to put on the Paradise Lock, and he can't do it right. And he's, like, looking over to Milano, because obviously Milano created the Paradise Lock, and he's trying to get, like, ask Milano how to put this thing on right. Then later on, Sonata puts it on and like gives a thumbs up to Milano. Milano like nods in approval.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I missed it. Apparently that was one of the like main things that people really popped for in this match. But I didn't see it, so I don't have much to add.
But I mean,
I'm a failure of a podcast host.
Once again, just simple back and forth. Came down to the end. Sonata got the skull in on Owens. No surprise. Owens taps out.
I could have kayfabed everybody and told them I saw that crap easily.
But you're a man of integrity.
I am. Yeah. So I'll go back and rewatch it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you guys.
All right. So now we're into the B block matches.
So we have the first match of the second night. The first match of the B block. Dragon Lee versus Shawn Michaels.
And man, this was a amazing match.
Yeah, I would go as far as to say so far this is the match of the tournament.
Yes, you need to go out of your way. If you haven't watched this match yet, you need to watch Dragon Lee versus Sho. This was a first time singles matchup between these guys, and it was incredible.
Yeah, I mean, just what can I say? Like, they told a great story. The arm work, the freaking physicality.
I mean, hard hitting.
It was.
You had a lot of grappling. It was fast paced. You had high flying action. You wouldn't even know that Dragon Lee was coming into this match injured. He was flipping and flopping all over the place.
I'm hoping like he makes it totally unscathed through this tournament. Like, I hope nothing happens, because bro, he's a guy that's just like. He doesn't care about his body. Like, every time I see him wrestle, it is funny that the one time I'm sure he's had other injuries, but this most recent injury, it happened when he was just running in the ring. Like, he wasn't taking a dive. He wasn't taking a bump or anything like that. He just started to walk. And I don't know if maybe that's this was the result of an accumulation of the way he wrestles.
Right.
But it looked scary when he pulled his freaking quad. But here he is a few weeks later, and he's wrestling, and he's still doing everything that he normally does. And I'm like, bro, he's young. Like, I'm worried about him, honestly.
And I definitely want him healthy, because we're supposed to be seeing him next month at Kenny Omega's New Japan show.
Bro, you're selfish. I'm over here like lamenting the future of this guy's health and like his life, like quality of his life, and you're like, yeah, and that Kenny Omega produce show, I really want to see him. Like, I want to see the goods. You have no heart.
No, but obviously I do want Dragon Lee to be healthy for his own health, and just.
I can't believe I just guilted you into like changing your.
Well, usually I'm the baby face of this duo, so.
Okay. Bro, why? How am I a heel? In what way am I a heel? I'm not a heel. I'm a baby face. I'm the voice of the voiceless.
So back to this matchup. Just amazing. Kind of recounted the end here. So Dragon Lee goes for a backstabber. Sho counters it, locks on an armbar. Lee struggles and makes it to the ropes. Sho keeps targeting the arm. Lee counters out into an arm bar and has it locked in the center of the ring. Sho with a great fight spot to make it to the ropes. Lee continues to attack on the arm. Sho gets a sleeper in the ropes. Lee escapes. Sho counters a Rana into a toss powerbomb. He fires up and dumps Lee on his head with a last lumbar check for a near fall. A sunset flip into an armbar follows, but Lee makes it to the rope. Sho takes him up top, looks for a super German, but Lee fights that off. They trade strikes.
I thought he was going to hit that. I was nervous.
Yeah. And then Lee knocks him into a tree of woe, hits the double stomp for a near fall. They trade strikes. Lee counters into a dump suplex for the win.
Yeah, so what was great about that was like there were so many back and forth interactions where it seemed like each guy could get the victory. One thing I want to talk about Sho. So I don't know if you noticed. I'm sure you did, but Sho keeps setting up for this package pile driver when he crosses the dude's arms, and I'm like, oh, I want to see him hit that. So actually, we don't even know if it really is a package pile driver because we haven't seen what he's gonna do when he gets the guy up. But I assume I'm calling it the cross package pile driver because he's crossing the dude's arms, but I don't know what it's called. I've never seen anyone do it.
The only other thing that makes me think about that he could be possibly going for is a Ricolo bomb.
What is that?
Cesaro's finisher from Ring of Honor, where he would cross the dude's arms just like that and pick them up like that and powerbomb them.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. Maybe that's gonna be my new finisher. I don't know. Like, I need to find like a video game and have a creator wrestler and start souping up these finishers.
I got 2K18. Dude, they put all the indie and New Japan moves in there.
2K18 sucks.
Overall, yes, but as far as the moves, like...
No, I want to play King of Colosseum.
What is that?
Oh my god, it's a per resu game.
Okay.
Over from Japan. Oh my god. But yeah, so this match was just great.
Oh man, love this match.
How about Sho is dressed up like he's freaking Owen Hart?
Yeah. Well, he's high voltage and he has like the...
Enough is enough. It's time for a change.
I am not a nugget.
Also, he could be the third member of Heavy Machinery from NXT.
He could be the best member of Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, that's true. Remember when we saw that fan get in the ring at NXT and that dude from Heavy Machinery almost broke his neck?
Yeah.
And Kyle O'Reilly kicked that dude's head off. It's freaking awesome.
But I must say, I do love Otis Dozovich.
That's the dude with no neck?
Yeah.
I don't like him. He sucks. Hey, Otis, if you're listening, you suck. No, I'm just joking. We see them sometimes. I'm just joking.
Yeah, dude. He's going to meet us in the parking lot at a Largo show.
I wouldn't be able to do anything. He would kill me. He would literally kill me. Oh my god. But yeah, no, this match, in the words of the great Caleb Baldwin, this match rules. This match was great. Just really, really, really good. What I was starting to say earlier was just that there's so many times where you thought it could be over and the guys were just so resilient and they're like showing fighting spirit, you know, the fact that they just kept kicking out. And then even when that double foot stomp came, I thought it was like it, and then...
Yeah, I thought that was it too.
And then Sho kept going, and then he got hit with that, with the dump suplex, and that's when you're like, oh, it's game time. But watching Sho and Yo kind of evolve as like singles guys is awesome. And bro, I don't have Dragon Lee winning this thing. We'll talk about our blocks here in a minute, but I'm just like... They did. Remember they said that nobody really, like, no luchador has really
won.
It's not really true because Eddie won this before. He won the Best of Super Juniors, I believe, in '94. But he was wrestling as Black Tiger.
Right.
No one from CMLL has ever showed up and won this thing. And I'm like, Dragon Lee might need to win this thing. I mean, we've got our picks and everything like that, but like Dragon Lee is one of these guys. I'm like, he might need to go to the finals this year.
Yeah. And
can you imagine Dragon Lee? Bro, what if... Remember how I was talking about last week how I thought Kushida and Ishimori makes a lot of sense? Couldn't you see Ishimori and Dragon Lee in the finals?
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't think about it at all until now, but after this match, they got me believing.
And I was trying to predict an upset here. I put a show over Dragon Lee.
Oh, I think I might have too. Let me see what I got. Freaking A. Keep going though.
Yeah, so I picked show to pull upset over Dragon Lee. Obviously, I was wrong.
No, I got Dragon Lee winning that match, thank God. But I've only got Show winning, 2 matches the whole tournament. So, yeah. The big matches, though. My idea was to kind of break them out, give them a couple big victories, but drop most of the matches.
So next up, we had Taguchi against El Desperado.
I did not like this match.
Yeah, I mean, coming off...
A lot of people seem to like it, though. But I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it was Desperado doing Suzuki Gun Desperado stuff, Taguchi doing goofy Taguchi.
I don't like the whole sodomy thing.
Dude, what was... Look, I'm looking at they have the screen capture of it right here. I'm like...
I just finished watching 13 Reasons Why Season 2, and spoiler alert, someone there's something along those lines that happens in the show, and it kind of bothered me. And then I turned on New Japan, and they're doing this stuff with Taguchi where we didn't really talk about when it happened, but Iizuka's biting him on the butt.
Yeah.
And, I get it. It's funny, whatever, but I don't know. I just don't really want to see that, especially during the Best Super Juniors. And don't get me wrong, this match did heat up, and the second half is very good, and we got that serious Taguchi that's really good, and Desperado's no slouch either, but I don't know, man, the whole first half of it really just dragged for me, and I wasn't into any of that at all. I didn't like it.
I didn't really care for this match.
I mean, technically that's sexual assault. I'm not really feeling the
Taguchi needs to file a complaint and get Desperado booted out of this tournament.
Just remember, Taguchi before genius, now pervert.
Yes. And there was one of the backstage promos, a screenshot of him. It was I have all this rage built up. I want to let it go. I want to let it go on everybody, all over everybody.
Oh my God. Yo, what was the thing that you're gonna say about Hiromu that when he cut a promo on the first night?
Oh, it was after. It's after his match. So I'll
after this match.
After his,
okay,
yeah, I'll bring it up then. So yeah, I mean, Desperado, he hits a low blow, gets a cradle for the win.
A lot of people thought it was a very good match. I thought the stuff with Taguchi's butt, and the fact that we have to talk about Taguchi's butt.
Yeah, the fact that
it's just weird.
That the body part match was Desperado working over Taguchi's ass.
With a wrench, bro. He was putting a wrench in his butthole, bro.
And then the one spot where he put the chair
and
in between.
He put the chair in between. I don't... it just bothers me.
Yeah. So let's move on.
Oh, by the way, guys. Desperado picked up 2 points in this match. So, Despi's doing well in this tournament.
Yeah, I picked Despi to go over Taguchi here.
I don't think I did. Let me see. Taguchi, and I had Taguchi winning against Desperado. So I got Taguchi doing well in this tournament, so
I don't have Taguchi doing so well. I know we did
you're a fool.
I know.
You're a fool, bro.
We had that whole thing where he does well,
He's gonna get 8 points. How many points you got him?
Hold on, let me see. I have Taguchi with 4 points.
Oh my God. Hey, that's all right. As long as you get the finals right, and who knows? You might win a free Are we doing the thing where if we win, we get a free T-shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah. So listeners, if I predict my bracket better than all of you, then I'm getting the free T-shirt from Jeremy. And if Jeremy predicts better than all of you, he gets the free T-shirt from me. But more than likely, because we suck at this, one of you who's living in a place that, our last contest, we had to ship to Australia?
Yeah.
So, someone who lives in, Antarctica, we're going to have to, ship to them, and it's going to suck.
and the response on this match was pretty even. Majority of people did pick Desperado.
What is that? What that you're looking at?
There's the charts from the forum.
Bro, you have, analytics. What the heck?
Yeah, so 55% of the brackets had Desperado.
Oh my god, bro. You got like spreadsheets and crap.
High tech here, man.
Yeah, bro. Like you're on a different level right now.
I'm on a new level.
Okay, so let's just move on to the
Yeah. So next up, we had the battle for Alex Shelley, Kushida versus Chris Sabin. Overall, I thought this was a pretty solid matchup.
The battle for Alex Shelley's heart. What do you think Alex Shelley was doing when this match was going on?
Honestly, probably not even watching it.
You don't think so? I think he was watching it like, I imagine this like as a WrestleMania 5 Superpowers Explode like scenario. He's watching from the back just like so worried, and if like he'd been there he probably would have rushed out.
Yeah. Guys, stop this. Let's be the Motor City time splitters.
That'd be a great tag team. The Motor City Machine Guns and Kushida?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Give them a never open weight 6-man tag team title
Dude,
run.
them against supervillains.
That'd be awesome. Bro, that never division would blow up.
Book it,
man.
But yeah, it seems like a lot of people were let down.
We talk about weird stuff on this show.
Yeah, we do. It seems like a lot of people were let down by this match.
I was.
I mean, I definitely think it probably could have been better. It was kind of short, but I feel like Sabin still kind of getting used to singles action, getting used to being back in Japan, kind of knocking off some of that rust. I still thought this was a pretty good match.
I don't know, man. It for me, I felt like there was like a lack of chemistry. I know a lot of people criticize like the heavy grappling in the beginning, and that wasn't my problem. I'm a grappling guy. I don't have a problem with two guys going at it. When it comes to the ground game, Kyle O'Reilly and Kushida being a fair example of that sort of thing. And I mean, also, obviously, I'm watching 1970s New Japan, so I mean,
you're seeing a lot of grappling.
Heck yes, I am. Actually, not now, because now I'm seeing a lot of Inoki like throwing kicks and strikes because he thinks he's an MMA fighter. But no, I have no problem with that. My problem was just that, I don't know, just something seemed to be off, and there wasn't high drama. It wasn't a bad match by any means. I'm not going to sit here. I mean, I liked it better than the Taguchi and a lot better than the Taguchi and Desperado match. But it's Chris Sabin and Kushida. I just have very high expectations for a match between them, especially since Kushida is just so good. You know?
Yeah. I mean, this match, it did go. It was a little bit short. Only went 13 minutes and 45 seconds. I feel like if they had gotten like 5 more minutes, it could have been a little bit better. But I was okay with this match. I thought it was very good. Sabin, I feel like everything he did in the match was technically crisp.
He was fine.
Yeah.
And better than fine. He was good. And Kushida was good. Both guys were good. My problem was the chemistry.
Yeah.
They're like both guys were great at doing what they do. They just didn't seem to mesh well together, and they didn't tend to get to that next gear where like you really felt like I don't know. One thing I will say that I liked a lot about it though is you had a feeling like you didn't really know who was going to win, and obviously I thought Kushida was going to win. That was my.
You weren't the only one. I mean, 82% of the brackets had Kushida winning.
Oh wait, no, I did not.
Oh, you put Sabin over.
I've got Sabin beating. Okay, so we'll talk about my bracket here in a minute. But yes, I do have Chris Sabin beating Kushida in my bracket, but that's only because that's how my bracket ended up working out the way I booked it. But ultimately, deep down, I expected Kushida to beat Chris Sabin on the first night. Watching it live anyways.
Yeah, and I was in agreement with majority of our contestants. I also had Kushida going over Sabin here.
But then when the match picked up, you start getting the feeling like, oh, either one of these guys can go over. So I liked that unpredictability. I would go like 3.5 on this. I thought it was pretty good.
I'm 3.5 also, and I think it made a lot of sense for Sabin to get the win here. Because you want him.
But it's funny that I'm 3.5 and disappointed, and you're 3.5 and you liked it.
Yeah.
And we have different feelings, but about the same rating. That's interesting.
Yeah. But I thought this was it was good for Sabin to win because it makes
He's got 2 victories in a row.
Yeah.
Tag match, and then
give some believability that he could get some wins against some other big guys in this B block.
Yeah.
So just quickly recapping the end here. There, Kushida, goes back to working on Saban's arm. They trade strikes. Kushida cuts him off of a Pele. Saban hit a super kick into a cradle for 2. Kushida quickly transitions into the hoverboard lock. Saban works to his feet, makes it to the ropes. Kushida now works a cravat and knee strikes. The arm punt follows, and he counters a tornado DDT, but Saban hits it on the second try. Kushida counters a cradle shock and dumps Saban to the floor. Kushida up top and Saban back in, hits a super German from the top. Then he hits the cradle shock for a near fall. Then he follows it up with the all hail Saban and gets the win.
Yeah, and I was kind of shocked when that happened that way. But, good match. So, Chris Sabin moving on with 2 points. So at this point, we've got Desperado with 2 points, Sabin with 2 points, and Dragon Lee with 2 points, which leads us to the main event of the night, which was the match I was most looking forward to. The villain, Marty Scurll, taking on the ticking time bomb, Hiromu Takahashi. And Jeremy, I really, really, really like this match.
Dude, I love this match also.
I think people are a little bit sleeping on this match too for some reason. Like, heard a lot of great things about Ishimori and Ospreay, a lot of great things about ACH and Flip, obviously a lot of great things about Sho and Dragon Lee. But for me, I liked this match better than both of the high-end matches from the A block the first night.
Yeah.
The only match I thought maybe might be better is Dragon Lee and Sho, and this was right there with it.
Yeah, I mean...
And have we had a singles match between Marty Scurll and Hiromu before?
Yeah, they're actually... Takahashi is 2-1 all-time against Scurll.
Okay. I don't know where I was when that happened, but...
Yeah, and the crowd was really hot for both of these guys.
Yeah, because they're two of the most over guys, in the tournament.
But yeah, I mean, this was absolutely great match. This match went 20 minutes, 50 seconds. Definitely, like you mentioned, an early candidate for match of the tournament. I think it started off slow, and maybe that's what some people had a problem with, but it told a good story, and it really picked up.
This had a main event feel to it, though.
Yeah.
The way they worked it, like, it felt like a main event.
And it was great for Hiromu. He debuted like a new finisher here, which was like a triangle choke.
I loved that. Yeah, I'm a big mark for the triangle choke. I like it. When I used to grapple, I got long legs, so I was definitely a triangle guy. That was one of the moves that like I could hit really well. So when guys pull that out during like wrestling matches, I love it.
Yeah.
Also, Shane McMahon, triangle. Freaking idiot. Anyways, but yeah, what did you like about this match? What stuck out to you?
I mean, these guys just had great chemistry together. I
agree.
There was a lot of, Hiromu had a lot of great dives. He got to hit his sunset flip bomb. A lot of the match was building up to that point because he tried it a couple times and Scurll blocked it or moved out the way.
Remember he broke his fingers at one point?
Yeah. When
he was trying to hit that, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, and so they built up to the climax of Hiromu finally hitting that sunset flip bomb.
That's one thing I got a question about. Is everybody going to get their fingers broken, and does everybody have to sell that the whole entire, like... For the rest of, like, if everybody gets their fingers broken, do they all have to basically wear casts the rest of the, like, tour?
I don't think casts, maybe tape it up.
Oh my, are you serious? No. Anyways. But yeah, Marty also got the chicken wing at one point. I thought it was over.
Well, he didn't get completely locked in, if I remember correctly.
No, he locked it in. He locked it. His fingers were locked and everything. And Hiromu's like,
but he didn't go to take him to his back though, right?
No, he didn't get the grapevines.
Right, that's what it was. Like he was struggling, and he did finally get it locked on top.
Right,
but he didn't get the grapevines in.
No, but yeah, this match was awesome, man. There was an apron tombstone.
Oh yes! Oh my gosh! How could I forget? Oh my yes! Freaking Scurll apron tombstone Takahashi. I thought that was it.
Yeah. So this match just really freaking ruled. Yeah, Takahashi ended up hitting a Rana and transitioned into a triangle choke. Marty ended up fighting out of that and powerbombed Takahashi, but Takahashi held on, and Marty ended up fading out, and the match got stopped off of a freaking triangle choke.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Like, who would, like, I would never have guessed that Hiromu would have won off of a triangle choke.
I had a feeling. When he locked it in, he's never done it before, and he's a high-profile enough guy that if he does something like that, it's not just like like, I'm going to try this out. Like, I felt like, oh my God. When I saw him do that, I was like, it's over. I was like, it's over. Like, it reminded me of like when Angle used to hit triangle chokes. You remember Angle used to hit triangle chokes?
Yeah.
I freaking loved that. But yeah, so Hiromu ends up beating Marty Scurll by, I don't know if they want to call it submission. I would call it knockout.
Ref stoppage.
Yeah, ref stoppage, man. We've seen quite a few ref stoppages this year, but I'm digging this. So yeah, just a great night to cap off night 2.
Oh yeah, let me get to Hiromu's comments now.
Okay.
So
Marty was like one step ahead of Takahashi almost the entire match, and then just got caught at the end, basically.
Yeah, Marty was really aggressive in this match.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in the backstage promos, the translations, Hiromu was like, "I'm the winner, Best of Super Junior 2018." What? That's not right? Huh? Oops, that was just the first one? This just started? Will they all be like this? Oh my gosh, so I just thought that was hilarious.
What a freaking fool, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, he was saying that in one of the backstage promos, Hiromu was like, this is going to be better
than G1.
Better than G1. Better than the G1. What do we always say better than? We always say... what am I always saying? I always say that. What is my joke that I'm always like better than?
I can't remember right now.
What am I? I'm too tired. I can't remember. Freaking A.
Yeah, I'm blanking right now.
I don't either. But anyway, so yeah, this match was really, really, really good. And
better than the Road Warriors was our
no.
Well, that's Rich's thing.
Yo, the first time I ever met Rich and James, I actually didn't even meet them. I was at the first time I knew who they were, we were at Wing House, and I was at the bar, and I was chilling with actually one of the West Texas Hangmen from WCW fame. Me and him were at Wing House together, watching WrestleMania 27. And I see this table of dudes over there, and it's Rich and all his buddies. They're all chilling. I wasn't friends with them yet. And Jericho and CM Punk starts, and Rich, I'll never forget it, Rich was like, better than Savage Steamboat. And I was like, who the fuck is this kid? Little did I know I'd be on it'd be one of my best friends. We'd have a podcasting network. We'd travel the country and all this crazy crap. But yeah, I just thought that they were fools. I was like, Jericho and Punk's not gonna be better than Savage Steamboat, although it probably was. But anyway, so that brings us to the end of the first 2 nights. Now we are recording. It's May 21st. There was a show last night.
Yeah, it's up on New Japan World right now.
Yeah,
night 3, A block action.
I hear it's single cam and no commentary.
Yeah, and that's only the tournament matches. Only the 5 tournament matches.
Oh, thank God. 4.
Yeah,
4.
Yeah, so
you said 5.
Oh, 4. Excuse me. Yeah, 4. No. Yeah, 4 tournament matches. That's all you got to watch from night 3.
You guys can't see it, but I'm wiping the sweat off my brow.
This show drops tomorrow, which will be night 4. Will be out by the time you're listening to this show.
Bro, we have quite a schedule. This is like G1, bro.
Yeah. So there's a lot of New Japan to watch in the next couple weeks.
So we're going to move on to some other stuff, but let's talk about our brackets real quick. We don't have to go through the whole bracket, but I just kind of let's talk about what you ended up, because last week when we talked about this, I did not have my bracket finished. I don't think you did either. And what's your overall analysis and prediction? You don't have to talk about each guy, but how did you book it, man? Tell me how you arrived at your conclusion. How did you decide what you came across,
Yes, so I have in the A block, I have Ishimori and Ospreay tied with 10 points each.
Really?
And since
I do too.
And since Ishimori beats Ospreay, Ishimori will win the tiebreaker.
That is the exact booking scenario that I have.
That's crazy.
Okay. Who beats? So, in your bracket right now, since let's talk about A. I'll talk about A block too. So, I mean, I have the exact same booking scenario. Obviously, that means out of 7 matches, we have them both losing twice.
Right.
Who do you have beating Ishimori twice, and who do you have beating Ospreay in the other match?
I have ACH beating Ospreay in the second match.
In the second match of the tournament?
That's his second match. I'm not sure what night that match is.
Gotcha.
But I have ACH beating Ospreay.
Okay.
For Ishimori, I have Bushi getting the win over him.
Over Ishimori?
Yeah, figuring he could use like the mist or some kind of way to cheat to win. And then I also have Kanemaru going over Ishimori.
Wow.
Again, with the concept of him cheating to win.
I do too. Okay, so I've got Ishimori losing twice in the tournament. I have him losing to Kanemaru once. And then I also have him losing to Flip Gordon.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've got Flip beating Ishimori. I've got Flip doing pretty well in the tournament, but he's got 4 wins basically. So, but I have him winning in 2 really big matches, one being the Ishimori match, and then on the final night, the way I booked this was I've got Will Ospreay losing the first night, and then he wins every single match of the rest of the tournament until the final night, where basically at this point he's got 8 points, and Ishimori has 10 points going into that. No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember how I have it set up. I basically have it set up so that Will Ospreay's ahead of Ishimori. Oh, yeah. Ishimori has 8 points and Will has 8 points going into... No. Ah, my God. How did I book it? I'm trying to remember. Oh, no. Okay, I'm sorry. Will has 10 points going into the final night. Okay, I remember. And Ishimori has 8 points going into the final night. So all Will has to do is win on the final night, and he will win the whole block.
Yeah.
But if he loses, then and Ishimori wins, then it's a tie, and he loses. And he's wrestling Flip on the final night, so I've got Flip going over him in a big upset, which basically spoils the whole thing for Ospreay. Ishimori ends up winning the A block. So that's the way I booked it, which I think makes a lot of sense logically. I might be totally wrong, but yeah, it's funny. We have not talked about our brackets with each other at all.
Yeah.
I did not know that you had that.
And then
dang, that's crazy.
B block, I ended up with Kushida winning out the B block.
Oh my God, I thought you were going with Hiromu.
Bro, I've been told you, man.
I swayed you, didn't I?
You did. Yeah, I have I have Dragon Lee, Skrull, and Kushida ending with 8 points. And then I got I have Kushida winning with 10 points. And then I have Skrull, Dragon Lee, and Takahashi with 8 points.
Okay, so I've got a very similar scenario, but I've got Dragon Lee finishing with 8 points, Hiromu Takahashi finishing with 8 points, Marty Skrull finishing with 8 points, and Taguchi finishing with 8 points each. And then also Kushida finishing with 8 points. So they all have 4 wins each, 5 guys finishing at the top of the block with 4 wins. But I've got Kushida beating all of them. So basically, if they all have 8 points, they all have 4 wins. So where's the tiebreaker? The tiebreaker for me is basically the way I booked it. I've got Kushida beating Dragon Lee, beating Hiromu, beating Skrull, and beating Taguchi. Those are his 4 wins, and those are the other guys that tie him, which basically essentially creates a situation where it's a tiebreaker. He's the common winner amongst all of them, so he wins the whole block. It's a 5-way tie. That's why I've got it booked.
Yeah, that's
so.
True.
I don't know. That might be a little cliche to have 2 ties back to back, but that's the way that I booked it, and I'm just going to go with that. So I've got Kushida and Ishimori going into the finals, and then Ishimori beating Kushida. Although I'm starting to really second guess myself and think maybe I should have booked Dragon Lee to go to the finals.
Yeah, I mean, that's another good potential option there.
What if Sho goes to the finals? This B block, I told you this B block is awesome.
Yeah, B block, man, it's stacked.
But A block had a great night the first night. So.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, so I'm excited, and I haven't even looked at what the listeners sent in. Have you kind of analyzed and seen anything?
I've kind of looked at it briefly. I haven't gone through.
What final scenarios are most popular? Do you know?
But the majority of the finals are Ishimori versus Takahashi.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what we kind of predicted when we first started.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of all over the place because this was a write-in answer, so it's kind of hard seeing the data right here. But majority of them have Ishimori against Takahashi in the main event.
What other scenarios are pretty prevalent?
I mean, that's the main one. There's a couple people that have Kushida and Ishimori.
What are those big? So there's a couple big ones right here. It looks like.
That's a lot of people writing in Ishimori over Takahashi. Since I'm pulling up for me right now.
Okay. Either way, it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so this tournament's been awesome, man.
Yeah.
We got to catch up tomorrow night. We got what, two nights to catch up? Yeah, we have.
So we'll have a half night and a full night.
Man, we got our work cut out for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got people that want to hang out with
me. We got a packed schedule. We got to work the wrestling around our social lives.
So, guys, now that we've kind of covered everything on Best of Super Juniors, I got to let you know something. Jeremy Donovan did not watch Lionsgate Project 12.
Yeah, guys, I dropped the ball.
What happened, bro?
I don't know. So it was a busy week, and then we were traveling. I did not get a chance to watch the Young Lions.
That's okay, because I caught it. I will give you guys a couple quick takes, just some rundown. If you saw this, I thought that this, honestly, bro, I thought this was one of the best Lionsgate projects.
I mean, I'm going to watch it along with Best of Super Juniors this week.
Well, I'll tell you what you should and shouldn't watch.
All right.
Maybe save you some time.
Yeah.
So we got Tsuji and Yumura in the opener, which I thought was going to be the first match. When it was announced, I thought it would be the first match they've ever had, but this is the third match at this point that they've had.
Right.
And they've gone to the time limit draw twice before. And some of you might not be surprised. They went to a time limit draw for the third match. So they're 0-3 at this point in their rivalry.
Who do you think's going to get the first win out of these guys?
Honestly, I don't know. It seems like maybe Tsuji.
That's what I was thinking too.
His size and his style, but Umar is a better wrestler.
Yeah.
He just is. In this match, they came very, very, very close to finishing one another, but at the end, Tsuji ended up using his size to put Umura in a Boston Crab. Tsuji used his fighting spirit to fight through it and survived to the end of the draw. And then afterwards, Tsuji attacked Umura after the bell.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's definitely some heat there between them and, in character. Very good match, very good opener. Nakanishi and Oka was everything. And we just saw this at the last Lionsgate, I think.
Yeah.
So it's what you would expect. Oka did hit a top rope suplex on Nakanishi.
Okay.
So, yeah, but other than that, nothing special here. Nakanishi gets the torture rack at 9 minutes and 5 seconds. I wouldn't watch it, honestly. Hiro Saito and Tenzan took on Ren Narita and Taguchi. Again, nothing to check out there. It was fun. Taguchi did well. Tenzan ended up hitting a lariat on Narita and then hit the Anaconda Vice, which is everything you'd expect it to be. One thing that was cool, they had English commentary for this.
Yeah, who was it? Kevin Kelly doing it?
Yeah, it's Kevin Kelly, and obviously
solo.
It's in the studio. But I'm like, is Kevin Kelly gonna start doing every single show in English?
I hope so.
That's what it's seeming like.
Yeah.
So then that brings us to the semifinal, and bro, oh my gosh, Shota Umino versus Daisuke Sekimoto. Freaking rules.
Sekimoto killed this kid, didn't he?
Yes, but no. It was competitive.
Okay.
I mean, yes, like it was like all Sakamoto, but it was also competitive. Like, dude, I don't know what the deal is. Like, I'm sure you saw, like, we'll get into it, but like, did you see that they're advertising Umino for the Strong Style Evolve Tour?
Yes, he's officially announced for Strong Style UK.
A young lion is getting like advertised for an overseas show. That's freaking nuts. So like this match really like this match the best Umino match that he's had so far in his career. Like unless he's had some sort of match like on some that was off tape that we haven't seen, but as far as like what I've seen of him, by far his best match. So this crap. Oh, one thing that was cool. So Umino comes out. The Young Lions music, whatever. Sakamoto ends up coming out, and they didn't put up like the copyright stuff or anything. They let him play his real music, which like I was very like, what is that about? Because New Japan always puts up the copyright stuff when guys from outside come in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, I know he's probably not gonna be in any like the G1, but 2018's been a weird year,
Dude,
bro.
2018's been wild in professional wrestling.
We're getting ready to see Chris Jericho and Naito. I'm like, heck, maybe he's coming back. I don't know, but Sakamoto came out and basically his music. They played his music. They locked up. Sakamoto overpowered Umino, and the ground grappling was really crisp, really really good. Eventually, Umino tried to power up, but he couldn't do anything to Sakamoto. Sakamoto just started brutalizing him. It looked like he was just going to make short work of him the way that, like a veteran would against a young lion. He was just beating the crap out of Umino. And at one point, he put him in a single leg crab, and while he had him in the single leg crab, he started throwing hammer fists behind
God.
started throwing hammer fists behind his back and hitting Umino in the head, which I've never seen anyone do that. So I was like, that was awesome. And then Umino made it to the ropes, and then basically Sakamoto just started hitting him with those world famous chops. I mean, second only to like maybe Walter. I don't know. But then Umino, like the thing was, Umino kept like hitting him with like 4, 5, or 6 like elbows, and he couldn't hurt Sakamoto. So then eventually like he ended up cutting off Sakamoto with his drop kick, and that's when the match kind of turned. And then he started hitting him with forearm strikes, and then at one point he rocked Sakamoto and came off the second rope with a drop kick, tried to cover for a pin, didn't get anything there. Sakamoto ended up like fighting him off and throwing a couple clotheslines, but he ducked under both of them and hit him with that big forearm he does, like when he fires up. Dropped Sakamoto, went to the top rope, hit him with a drop kick from the top rope, covered him almost got a 3 count. Then he started fighting for a German. Sakamoto fought off the German, threw an enziguri, like the Pele kick. He hit him with a Pele kick, which I was like, this is awesome. Then he tried to throw another clothesline at... So there was a story in this match that like... Umino couldn't really put Sakamoto down with strikes, but if he used his quickness and got enough momentum, he could hurt Sakamoto. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, Sakamoto was brutalizing him. But Sakamoto was really looking for the big lariat, and Umino was doing everything in his power to avoid it. So he tried to throw a lariat, and Umino ducks it. Ends up what is it called when you grab the guy's arms? He ends up doing a backslide.
Okay.
He ends up doing a backslide. Almost gets the victory off that. Hits him with another missile drop kick. He ends up getting a German suplex on Sakamoto.
He actually got the German?
Yeah, he got the German on him. Sakamoto ended up, after that, kicking out, cut him off with a knee strike. Then he did this backbreaker that I've never seen, and it looked disgusting. It was like he like turned him and then hit him with it. It was really, really, really nasty. Put him in the Boston Crab. Umino ends up getting out of that, which it looked like he was going to tap, which most young boys would have. Sakamoto started hitting him with strikes, dropping bombs on him. Umino came back, and then he got killed with a lariat. I mean, killed. It was one of the nastiest lariats I've seen this year. And then he goes for Sekimoto suplexes him, gets 2. Then Sekimoto went to the top rope, hit him with a missile dropkick, tried to cover again, got 2. Then Sekimoto picks him up and just freaking does like a toss. I don't even know what it was. And then hits him with another lariat, but this time like a running lariat. 1, 2, 3. It was
game
all
time.
Over. Yeah, game time. They went 14 minutes, 38 seconds. The crowd was so into Sekimoto. I mean, this was, it's a K-Dojo crowd. It's a K-Dojo arena, usually. So, I mean, these are guys who probably are very familiar with Sekimoto, but he got the loudest pop of the night. Really, really fun match. This is one of those matches where if Umino, like, later on in his career blows up, this can be one of those early, like...
That you look back
and you're like, wow, this was great. And I want to see Sekimoto come back. He did say in the post-match comments that his main focus is All Japan and Big Japan right now, but if he has more dates and
I saw that, yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, please, 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 please.
Yeah, I guess he's being advertised for Big Japan in July, so
I'm sure. I mean, he's one of their mainstays. And then Yuji Nagata and Ayato Yoshida ended up wrestling. Very good match. Simple story with Yoshida wanting to take out Nagata. They wrestled a couple times in the past, but Yoshida didn't have enough to put Nagata down. Next month, they've already got the dates out for
Project 13.
Umino's in the main event.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, I don't think Nagata's been not in the main event in one of these shows before. So
who's Umino going against?
I'll have to look it up. But yeah, we'll look it up. It's in the news. But really, 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 really good card as far as like Young Lions. This is the best card since the what was the Young Lions Cup? Yeah. I haven't really been into any of these shows since that Young Lions Cup, so this was really good. I highly, if you're listening, they've got English commentary up. Go watch Sekimoto versus Umino. If you've never seen Sekimoto, you need to watch him. He freaking rules.
Yeah, Sekimoto is the man. It was great that we got to see him live in New Orleans.
So that's what we got for the reviews. You want to start talking about some news here?
Yeah, let's dive into news.
What do you got? You got anything?
I do got some stuff, actually.
I knew you had something up your sleeve, Jeremy. I knew you'd come.
I knew you'd come. Let me find my notes here. So just a few of the things that I had.
Did you watch Being the Elite today?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
You want to talk about that first?
Sure.
Yeah, so new being the elite release today.
So I just watched the last week's episode today. I've been slacking on that. That was pretty good. I know you talked about that last week, and then I caught up on the new episode, Water Under the Bridge, today. So what were your thoughts?
Honestly, I mean, there wasn't a lot of like key story stuff that really happened. I mean, it was kind of almost like a filler episode. Like it was still like Kenny still hadn't opened the package yet.
Yeah, what's going on? Like, how long is it gonna take this dude to open up a package? Bro, when I get a package at my door, I open up immediately.
Yeah. And then he texted Matt Jackson, was like, I'll talk to you after Dominion. Mm-hmm. They had Matt was talking to Hangman about killing Joey Ryan.
Yeah.
What else was there? Oh, Marty Scurll was he revealed that he got fired from the record deal. And they're like, why did you lie to us? Just really cheesy, horrible acting, but it was still hilarious.
Yeah.
They made him be like Flip Gordon's like babysitter for this Best of Super Junior tour. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we're leading to... Well, they said that they're not... They made it seem like they're not even going to blow this off until after Dominion.
You're right.
The whole thing, the storyline with
Kenny
and the Bucks. So I'm like, what are we waiting for? So I don't know. We'll see. But I thought it was an okay episode. I mean,
it was okay. Definitely not one of the best, but it was okay.
What's the deal? Joey Ryan's supposed to be dead. I hear he's working all over the territories.
No. The ghost of Joey Ryan's working all over the territories.
Is that what's happening?
I've seen a couple places advertise him as the ghost of Joey Ryan.
Is that really what they're advertising him as?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay, so yeah, I guess the ghost of Joey Ryan has been performing. So yeah. What news did you have for us?
So the Kenny Omega Long Beach show that we'll be going to June 29th here in Florida.
I hear it's not doing well.
Yeah, that's my news. They're in the same boat at the Cow Palace where they can't announce any matches until after Dominion because things scheduled for Dominion will affect this show. It's on the New Japan schedule now, so it's going to be canon. It's going to be part of like storyline.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's in the same boat as the Cow Palace show where it's not. They haven't sold a whole bunch of tickets yet.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of that just comes down to advertising. Like, they haven't really advertised this thing. Like, nobody seems to know about it.
Right. I mean, we had one listener last week who was like, I didn't know about it until I listened to you guys' show and you guys covered it.
Yeah, and, like, I don't know how big I heard that the venue, like, seats, like, 8,000. I'm sure it's going to be tarped off and stuff, but, I mean, I don't know. Like... I don't know, like, how many tickets were they trying to sell? You know, I don't know what their financial goal is. No one seems to know much about this, you know what I mean? Also, like, I understand, I'm not criticizing Kenny, although I would if I felt like I needed to or whatever, because when's he ever going to listen to this anyways? But, you know... Is there that much crossover between like a fighting game championship and then like New Japan fans? You know what I mean? Like, is that going to be a big draw to bring people into the tournament? Like, I don't know that it is. Maybe, but like in Daytona, like how many people in Florida are like trying their hardest to get out there for that type of show?
Right.
Maybe they would if there was better advertising, but you know, we're not that far away from all these other New Japan shows. So I mean, to me, it just seems like the redheaded stepchild of shows, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like we mentioned,
how did we even find out that was happening here? Like, we barely
I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, like
I saw Kenny Omega like tweeted about it, and that's when I was like, oh, Kenny's coming back to Florida, and like I was all kept up with everything.
But there hasn't been much like news about it. So
right.
I mean, you're looking at what, the Observer?
Yeah, Wrestling Observer.
Have they shared any numbers or anything?
No, Dave doesn't have any numbers yet. I'm sure he will soon. Next thing, speaking of Dominion, Don Callis won't be back on commentary until Dominion due to his duties with Impact. As we mentioned, Kevin Kelly, he did he'll be doing the June 3rd and June 4th Corrigan Hall shows live, which are the final days of Best of the Super Juniors, and the finals the next day. Then some Hot Topic news. The website has a list of the top 10 t-shirts on sale, and Chris Jericho's Lista Ingobernables de Jericho shirt is a number 1 shirt, which was the shirt he wore when he attacked Naito in Fukuoka. And at number 5 is the Alpha Club shirt. So those are the only 2 wrestling shirts in the top 10 right now.
Jericho actually posted a video where he's at the Citrus Park Mall, which is a hop, skip, and a jump from where we live right now.
Yeah.
And that's by his house, so we must be real close to Jericho. I mean, we live in Tampa, so we're by all the wrestlers out here. But yeah, he posted a video of him at the local Hot Topic at the Citrus Park Mall trying to find his shirt, which he was able to find some. So I saw that. That was kind of cool.
Let's see if I have anything else here.
Dead air. Dead air.
Oh yeah, so yeah, the France TV deal that we've talked about before. So here's what the deal on that. It's a test run of the Access shows. They're running from 8:30 to 11:30 p.m. every Saturday night, but it's only for a 1 month of the tests. The commentary's in French, obviously, even though the graphics at the beginning mentioned Jim Ross and Josh Barnett. The final show is expected to be the recent Long Beach show and will go on a break at that point. Also, it's the only non-WWE wrestling on TV in France, as Lucha Underground also airs there and is currently airing season 3.
Huh. Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. So I think that's all I have.
So, let's talk about this. So, have you had a chance to read up on the stuff with... I don't know how to pronounce his name. I heard it's not Mage.
Harold Mage.
I hear it's like Mai or something like that.
I don't
know.
Let's call him Harold.
Yeah, so did you see the interview with Harold?
Yes, I did. Talking about wanting to expand New Japan, wanting to compete with WWE. and how they have a better looking roster.
Yeah, so yeah, but like some of the stuff that really stood out to me was like, and thanks to Chris Charlton, he was posting the translate. I tried to read the original and then translate it to English, but I could. The Google Translate was not helpful there. But yeah, he posted some stuff and some of the clips from the interview that Harold did. He was talking about they're expecting to post record sales for their reporting period ending in July of this year, 4.6 billion yen. But that's still only 1/20th of the revenue that WWE does. And they're like 20 years ago, WWE was only twice as big as New Japan. But then when they started focusing on their video delivery and TV rights, their TV rights revenue is 180 times larger than New Japan's. And so basically they're happy to continue with their 80% share of Japan, but a key for them is whether or not they'll be able to expand internationally. In this interview with the new president of New Japan, how are they going to basically grow it internationally? And he said that they run 150 events a year to a combined audience of 400,000 people. Ticket sales make up about half of their business, but there's a glass ceiling there because you can only grow so much when you're doing live business model like that with the roster size and the venues that they run. So in order for them to grow, content distribution, rights fees, and licensing become imperative.
Right.
They have about 100,000 monthly subscribers to New Japan World, and WWE has about 1.5 million to WWE Network, and then basically they want to be ambassadors for Japan to foreign visitors. They want to be synonymous with Japanese Japan for foreigners, kind of like how Mount Fuji or like sushi is basically. And they're running shows abroad. The event they ran in LA sold 4,500 tickets in 10 minutes. In July they'll be in San Francisco in a 10,000 seat building. They're looking for more sponsors overseas. And, for companies that want to look to expand the brand internationally, they can have their logo seen on videos worldwide. Right now, they can get it while it's still affordable, basically, is what they're saying. Also, he kind of mentioned how, like, within New Japan, within Japan, like there's so much revenue that's being already done just domestically with like sumo, and they're not even like close to what sumo is pulling in nationally in Japan. And so for them to kind of like grow, they're going to need to start doing those start focusing on their domestic like business as well.
Yeah.
He said, Harold said that they want to get 10 billion yen in sales within 3 years at least. The Sumo Association pulls in 12 billion in revenue, and that's just domestic. So it would be a failure if they're not at least at that level within the next 3 years. Long term, they want to be able to treble WWE. If you just look at our product, you'll see that it's not out of the question. Japan represents 10% of the global economy. Language, culture, business styles, and all are big hurdles for growing that. The Japanese sense of duty does not translate to a foreign contract-driven culture. It hurts Japanese companies in acquisitions and negotiations. But for Harold, he doesn't have that problem of culture or language because he's done business internationally. He's very, very, very familiar with that scene, and he can become the, and he said, I can become the model of marketing sports content worldwide. Jeremy, what are your thoughts about, we're not business analytics or analysts or anything, but what do you think about what the new president of New Japan is saying?
I mean, everything seems like great. I mean, look at this guy's background. You see his track record of success, and I can only expect successful things for him being the head of New Japan. And it looks like he really wants to focus on expanding this product and making New Japan even better than it already is, and really focusing on that global expansion.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds good. He touched on something there that I think is really, 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 really important, and it's the TV rights. Mm-hmm. Like their TV deal, from what I understand, is
crap.
Yeah, it's crap.
Yeah.
And it's not like it used to be back in the 90s or the 80s when they had like primetime television. They don't have that anymore. The fact that they're thriving at the level they are without it is actually a huge testament to what they've been able to accomplish and do.
Imagine if they had a primetime spot.
Well, we're not really a WWE podcast, but the rumors are rumbling, and obviously the biggest news story of today is like what's going on with WWE and the fact that they've been able to shop USA and NBC Universal into taking Raw, and they've got one of the most like substantial like offerings for the Raw program. And then the news broke out today that they're going to be taking SmackDown over to Fox, and like what's the deal with Fox? They're going to get like what, $1 billion?
Well, all this
over a 5-year deal.
Right now, all this is kind of speculation and hearsay. There's not like official contracts have not been signed. There's not official deals yet. But what's been reported,
I see the stock.
Yeah, the stock.
I'm like, oh my god, I wish I had WWE stock.
Same here, man.
Yo, I would sell that off
immediately.
I would sell it off right now.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's like WWE at this point doesn't even have to do a good job with what they do at all, and they're not. Listen to me, they are not.
Yeah.
From a wrestling fan's perspective, they're not doing a good job. From a business perspective, it doesn't matter what they if this stuff is true. It doesn't matter what they do over the next 5 years. Like, they're gonna make more money. They're gonna be they're a $1 billion reporting company.
Yeah.
Now, if this is true. And we're looking at these analytic numbers that Harold and them kind of like dropped, and it's like those are based off numbers from previous, and like WWE's bolstered and ready to be way bigger than it ever was before after these TV rights deals. So like, in order for New Japan to like really succeed, like that is got to be one of the key focuses in my mind, is like not just internationally, domestically they need a TV deal.
Yeah,
they need a TV deal.
So hopefully Harold can bring that to the table.
What are your thoughts about them poking the bear?
It usually doesn't end up well for people who poke the bear. Bro,
it makes me nervous when people start talking about like challenging WWE and like they're different and what they offer and everything like that. And they do offer all that, and they are different. But bro, every company that says this goes out of business. And every time someone starts talking about competing with WWE, it just makes me nervous.
Yeah.
And right now, like from a company standpoint, like the number 2 company in the world is New Japan. They might be a fraction of the size of WWE, but they have the biggest numbers, and they're the biggest business.
And the thing is, WWE is only getting bigger. They're working on their global expansion. I mean, the UK division.
Yep.
They're pushing
with the whole ITV thing.
Yeah, they're pushing their UK division pretty hard. Their tournament's going to be next month.
Bro, they don't even know what to do with these people. They don't even know. Bro, do you see everyone that they're signing up?
Yeah, they signed like Flash Morgan
Webster. They got freaking Travis Banks.
Yeah.
I hear that they got Tony Storm. I'm like, what the crap is this, bro? They're about to kill progress.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, so I mean, really interesting stuff from Harold. May we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really, really interesting. So we'll go through the other news here. This past week was a heavy article week. So I'll just kind of go through some of the articles if you want to check out. Kenny Omega was interviewed by SportsIllustrated.com. He had a great interview talking about the CEO show that's coming up, the Dominion main event with him and Okada, his ongoing feud with Cody, stuff with the Young Bucks being the Elite, and also the Long Beach show and all that. If you get a chance, check that out. Taiji Ishimori did an interview with New Japan. It's on the New Japan website. And it was really, really, really interesting. It was kind of like the reintroduction of his character, and then also like he also threw some shade back at Noah. So but yeah, if you want to learn more about him, that was a great thing. ESPN.com did a write-up on Zack Sabre Jr., talking about his success, him going to New Japan, and he basically said this is exactly where he wants to be at this point in time of his career. So that was great. Jericho did an interview with Mirror.com in the UK, talking about the feud with Naito. Definitely want to check that out. Also, speaking of Naito, he did a Q&A article with SportsIllustrated.com as well. At one point, he did say that he is superior to Chris Jericho in every single way. So I thought that was pretty interesting. There was also an article that came out with there's a movie star over in Japan. Her name's Jarina. I don't know much about her, but in her interview she talked about Kenny Omega, and she has a wrestling themed movie, and that like she sat at ringside at Wrestle Kingdom when he wrestled Okada, and that she like has drawn all her inspiration from Kenny Omega and like the passion that he brings as a performer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was really, really, really interesting. I think that pretty much does it as far as like interviews. In other news, all hail Okada, because he is now at 700 days consecutive as IWGP champion.
Good job, little Kazu.
Little Kazu. Speaking of records, how about this for you? So yes, we talk about the record books, and I don't want to take anything away from Okada, but did you know that like prior to the mid 80s, New Japan had a different title belt?
I think you mentioned that to me, yeah.
Yeah, so this is something so listeners, bit of fun fact history and trivia for you. So when New Japan first opened their doors, they didn't have a world title. So they created a world title to start off, and they called it the Real World's Championship.
Yeah.
And it was contested in a few matches between Karl Gotch and Antonio Inoki, and eventually Karl Gotch ended up taking the title out of the promotion. So when they didn't have a title in 1973, Johnny Powers came over, and that's a whole story, but Inoki ended up buying the title from the NWF world title from the New York based territory, and then they established that as their world championship. Well, how about this for a bit of trivia? Antonio Inoki consecutively defended that title on television 30 different times in his second reign.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you want to, and that was the world title of their promotion. So yes, we're talking about like, Okada's 12 defenses and how it's so history making and everything, but like they actually had a title prior to this. So once I saw that, I was like, Okada talking about 100 title defenses might not be that crazy because he's much better than Inoki ever was.
Yeah.
As great as Inoki was, I mean, it's Okada. But yeah, I saw that. I started doing some research, and I was like, man, Inoki defended, and that was only in one title reign. He had 4 title reigns.
Wow.
Yeah. So All In came out with their StarCast schedule. We're going to be going to All In. You posted this in our group thread about the StarCast schedule. What are your thoughts about StarCast?
Well, first of all, StarCast is working together with All In, but StarCast is not run by Cody and the Young Bucks. StarCast is run by Conrad Thompson, co-host of Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard.
Oh, yeah.
So he put this whole deal together.
They can help you with your credit, right?
Yeah.
That's what I hear. I hear they're great at that. They'll hook you up. Even if you got bad credit, they'll find something for you.
So they're running this whole StarCast convention, this podcast convention, alongside of All In. They're kind of partnering together. And so, yeah, some of the All In guys will be on some of their scheduled events.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't really have too much negative to say about it. I still hear like I've heard a lot of different like podcasts bringing it up, and so essentially when StarCast first became a thing, one of our good friends and a listener of the show, Jordan Fox
from the World Class Pod,
from World Class Podcast. What's up, Jordan? He basically posted we have a Social Suplex thread, and he posted in it, and he was like, would any of you guys be interested in doing All In as like a podcast? And I was like, heck yeah. And then he was like, well, I'm going to be applying for it. So I know he applied for it. And then he basically told us that, if they didn't think that you were of a certain caliber, that basically you might be invited back in, but at a pay per day rate of like $500 per table.
Yeah.
We didn't even apply once I saw that. And so a lot of different podcasts been talking about, what's kind of going on with that. I mean, what are your thoughts, Jeremy?
I mean, $500 a day. I mean, I just don't see
to basically just show up with a table and basically to tweet out that you're all in,
right? Like,
which we're gonna do anyways,
right? Like, I just don't see like what the return on the investment is. I mean, I'm gonna go with my portable recorder, and hopefully we could probably catch somebody, in between something around the corner and get like a 10-minute interview without paying that much money.
So let's look at this schedule. On Thursday from 5 to 6:30, you've got the official StarCast meet and greet, meeting Cody, the Young Bucks, Bruce Pritchard, Eric Bischoff, Tony Schiavone, and more. I'm like, meeting Cody and the Bucks is cool, but I mean, I don't know. Do you want to meet all those like former wrestling personalities and podcasters? I mean, is that something you're trying to do?
Nah.
From 7 to 8:30, they got the Monday Night Wars debate with Bruce Pritchard and Eric Bischoff. Oh, that sounds riveting. From 7 to 8:30, karaoke with Marty Scurll. That's probably gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, that's gonna be entertaining.
9 to 11 p.m. Papa Buck jam session with Matt Kuhn, which as a musician, I'd be into that, but I don't know if I want to pay the daily rate of this thing.
Just for that, yeah.
9 to 11 p.m. Botchamania with Tony Schiavone, comedy from Ron Fuchs and Cassio Kid. So that's the whole first day of Thursday. I mean, does anything on that... Is this something you want to go to? We haven't even talked about it.
Well, I mean, tickets are pretty much like for like all the events, like all the gold and platinum tickets are sold out. They just have like the general admission to like all the free areas.
People are like really buying this crap up.
Yeah.
Is this something that like when you see it, and no judgment here, but like for me, it's not something I'm like wanting to even go to.
I mean, honestly, I'd rather go to the AAW shows.
Yeah, I'm like looking at this. I'm like, what? As a wrestling fan, this doesn't even. I've heard people be like, this has a very WrestleCon feel to it. Not to me.
Yeah.
This looks nothing like WrestleCon. If it was like WrestleCon, I'd want to go.
Yeah.
Friday, they've got from 10 a.m. to 11:30 Wrestle Crap with R.D. Reynolds. 10 to 1 p.m. video game tournament hosted by Leva Bates. That's Blue Pants. 9 to 1:30 p.m. WHW Monday. What is that?
That's Tony Schiavone's show.
Okay, with Tony Schiavone and guests. 12:30 to 2 p.m. Total Nonstop Jarrett with guests, which that might be cool. That kind of sounds funny. Total Nonstop Jarrett. Does he have a podcast called Total Nonstop Jarrett?
As far as I know, he doesn't. Maybe he's starting one.
2:30 to 4 p.m. official StarCast meet and greet with All In Superstars. That might be cool. And I'm not even one of these marks that like wants to go to meet and greets, but out of everything that's been listed, that's the only thing that would be slightly interesting to me personally. Like, I don't know. I'm not someone who wants to go and watch these guys like talk on a live basis really, unless like it's a really good show or something. I don't know. 2 to 3:30 empty arena match retrospective with Jerry Lawler and Terry Funk. It's like, that's cool. And as like a wrestling history fan, that's a really cool idea. But bro, that was in 1981. Do you want to go sit down and listen to Jerry Lawler and Terry Funk talk about their empty arena match from 1981?
Nah, not really.
Why am I? No.
Why? Definitely not pay to hear it.
4:30 to 6 p.m. War Games retrospective with J.J. Dillon, Tully Blanchard, Lex Luger, and Animal. Again, sounds cool, but that was in 1987, bro. Before we were born, and I'm 30.
Oh,
bro, we're talking about 40, like almost 40 years ago for the freaking empty arena match. Over 30 years ago for the first War Games. 6 to 8 p.m. the all-in weigh-ins and press conference. Like, what are they weighing in for?
Right, like there's not weight class.
And if the press conference is anything like what I saw from the press conference the other week, I don't want to go to that. 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. the roast of Bruce Pritchard, which I don't care about that. 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. spend my days karaoke with Bruce Pritchard and Jeff Jarrett. Where's freaking Wale? Where's Wale Mania? And then Saturday they got DDP Yoga workshop from 8:30 to 10. They got a video game tournament from 10 to 1. 9 to 11 StarCast meet and greet with All In Superstars. Primetime Wrestling with Sean Mooney and guests. Sean Mooney, bro.
Yeah.
From 9 to 10:30. You want to go see Sean Mooney? 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. X-Pac and 360 degrees of the NWO. Oh my God. With Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. 11:30 to 1 Medusa Unthrottled with guests on women wrestling. I might want to go to that. I love Medusa. Okay, that's something I might want to go to, but I don't want to pay the rate, so no. 1:30 to 3 p.m. Keeping It 100 with Conan and Disco Inferno and Hurricane. 3 to 4:30 The Death of WCW. Like, what the heck? Sunday, 9 to 10:30 Old Timers Breakfast. Yeah, it is. An Old Timers Breakfast. 10:30 to noon, the official StarCast meet and greet, All In Superstars. 12:30, The Art of Wrestling with Colt Cabana, and then Wyatt ended with Robbie E from 12:30 to 2 p.m. Here's the thing. The only things that sound kind of cool is the meet and greets.
Right. I'm all down. Because I did WrestleCon this year. I like meeting guys, you know.
Those meet and greets are like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
There's 10,000 people here. There's not that many wrestling things going on. Do you think they're going to get through 10,000 fans in an hour and a half each day?
No.
Come on, man. This is ridiculous. This is a. Okay, I don't want to be too harsh. There are probably fans who this appeals to. I just don't happen to be one of those fans, personally.
Right. Well, when it comes to something like this and seeing maybe like AAW and who else, there might be some other indie shows that happen that weekend. I'd rather see more wrestling than been walking around like something like this.
The only thing that sounds cool that's free with your entry, basically they've got a Hall of Champions where you can go check out championship belts from history. There's also something called play-by-play booth where you get to sit down and call classic matches with Tony Schiavone and other people that I don't know. That's about it. The pop-up studio podcast movement, which is basically people who are creating podcasts like us who are paying money to do it. Are you going to StarCast?
No.
I don't want to go to StarCast. I'm not going to pay money to go watch these guys do this. Like, why would I do that?
Right.
And I'm not even talking from we didn't get invited or something. It's not even like that. It's like, why would I, as a wrestling fan who is going to see this thing that's supposed to be this revolution and this catalyst for change in the industry, go listen to these guys from 30 years ago talk about crap that I can just go
watch on the freaking network.
Yeah, I can just go play it on the network for $9.99. For $9.99 on the WWE.
Like I said, man, I'd rather go see AAW. I'd rather go explore Chicago.
Yeah.
I've never been to Chicago.
Bro, if we're going to be there, let's just go to Chicago. And I'm not even one who's usually like that. I'm usually let's go to all the wrestling. I'm the guy who went to 13 wrestling shows in 3 days.
At New Orleans, yeah.
And I could have been eating beignets and having hurricanes, but I didn't. I was watching wrestling. But no, StarCast sounds like crap to me.
Yeah.
It just sounds like really crap.
Yeah.
I don't know. None of the podcasts that I listen to personally are involved with that, and I guess that's probably because the podcasts I listen to usually cover alternative wrestling, like independent stuff and international,
yeah.
And B, they're ran by fans who actually care.
Right.
These guys, I don't know, Tony Schiavone. I love Tony Schiavone, but I'm not going to listen to his podcast.
Right. I don't listen to Schiavone. I listen to Pritchard every week, but
why?
Still.
He lies. He's a liar.
But Conrad calls him on his lies, and it's hilarious.
I don't really like Conrad. Well, listen, the only thing that's cool about it is they cover they do have some in-depth stuff, but I'm not that into their stuff. I'd rather listen to Observer. I don't know. Oh my God.
Well, I think we spent enough time on StarCast. Let's wrap this up.
Okay, cool. So we've got some names announced for the Strong Style Evolved UK tour. Taiji Ishimori is confirmed for this. Zack Sabre Jr. is going to be there. Yuji Nagata, Minoru Suzuki, Shota Umino, Taichi, Jay White, Will Ospreay, and Iizuka. More names to follow, but that is coming up here shortly. Very, very, very shortly.
Hopefully Zuka's flight gets canceled or something.
For those of you who are subscribed to Honor Club, like me and Jeremy, freaking basic marks, they have now announced that the Ring of Honor app is going to be coming out with allowing you to watch Honor Club on iOS and Android.
Thank God.
Thank God. They didn't talk about any ability to cast yet, but that's a step in the right direction, hopefully. Dominion tickets are sold out.
Yeah.
So if you are wanting to go to Dominion,
too bad.
Game over for you. So that's pretty much done. Also, English content for Lionsgate, like we talked about, and then also the Best of the Super Juniors. Even though it's not live, the English content is slowly but surely coming out.
Kevin Kelly in the booth dropping them English tracks for us.
He's dropping fire, man. He's dropping fire. Cody has been on a podcast tour this past week. He was on the Edge and Christian podcast.
I did catch the Edge and Christian podcast last Friday.
And I know you listen to Observer every day, right?
Yeah. I didn't catch the Cody on Observer.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, but I caught a lot of the show notes and stuff like that. Mainly, he was talking about All In and that sort of thing. So I mean, All In's just been a hot topic.
Yeah.
We already talked about Hiromu's book, which is cool. How about Jeff Cobb?
Yeah, so Jeff Cobb, he's going to be at the New Japan CEO show. in Daytona. It's also sound like he's now booked for some more stuff coming up in the summer.
He's going to be on the whole Kazuna Road Tour.
Yeah.
So he's not scheduled to be in the G1. So for those of you who are thinking that's a possibility, don't get your hopes up. It's not happening. But Jeff Cobb will be on the Kazuna Road Tour in June for New Japan, and that just shows me that's just a sign in the right direction. That we talked about it in December. Like, we hope they bring him back. Well, he's back. So
yeah, it took a while, but he's here.
We talked about the press conference of Best of Super Juniors. There was news that dropped today about Fire Pro Wrestling. So August 28th is going to be the official release date of Fire Pro Wrestling World for the PlayStation 4. Pre-orders are now being accepted, and for those of you who do pre-order, along with your physical copy, you will be getting a Los Ingobernables de Japón style shirt, but it's a Fire Pro Wrestling shirt, along with the towel with the same logo, and 4 little miniature things that are styled in the same style as Muscle. Did you ever see those Ultimate Muscle figurines?
The little small ones, yeah.
And then they also have the DLC roster that is going to be coming out very shortly for both the PS4 as well as the PC versions of this game. So, are we getting a PlayStation 4 so we can play Fire Pro?
Yeah.
All right, Strong Style Studios. And just recently, if you are not familiar with history of Best of the Super Juniors, New Japan just came out with a Best of the Super Juniors retrospective video, just showing the winners from each year from 1994 all the way through 2017. Really, really well done. So I highly recommend, if you got 5 minutes, just plug that in. It's really, really, really cool.
Yeah, definitely check that out.
And then the last bit of news, but it's important news. And I'm sorry. 2 things. Earlier today, the free match of the week came out. It was Kyle O'Reilly versus Kushida from the Best of the Super Juniors finals in 2015, which is, I think, is my favorite Kyle O'Reilly and favorite Kushida match. So if you've never seen that, do yourself a favor and check that match.
That's an awesome match. I love that match.
And then, so have you heard about this NJPW extension that was released on the Reddit?
Yeah, so a Reddit user, he created an extension for New Japan World that works with Google Chrome, and it's it kind of enhances your New Japan World experience. It allows you to bookmark matches, see recently played. It does a better job of translating the pages in English.
So this was the user's name is NJPWEXT on Reddit, and yeah, exactly what Jeremy's talking about. So this now, I haven't downloaded it yet, but I'm going to. But basically, you install the link. It's tagged at the top of the NJPW Reddit board. So if you're listening, you definitely want to go there and hey, if you download it, that's on you. I don't want to tell you to download it and something bad happens, but it's on you. But it is being promoted by them. It's 100% free and adds the following features to improve the usability of NJPW World, especially for English-speaking users. So it improves the translations. Language preferences are hidden and the site is always displayed in English. Known mistranslations are replaced. It improves the match/show formatting where possible, so dates, venues, and opponents are reformatted for clarity. If you watch something, it will be marked as watch from now so that you can keep track of your viewing. You get icons to clarify the type of content, whether it's championship match, a tournament final, an opening match, comments or press conference, video or pre or post game shows. It hides spoilers. It blurs any posters and match listings on the homepage and tournament listings, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It will merge events together so you can consolidate shows available in multiple languages. You can hide non-wrestling content like press conferences, pre- or post-game shows, or contract signings. You also have a chance to bookmark and create your own playlist. So you can add videos to your playlist, save bookmarks to the series and events, synchronize your watch party. So you can start a party to watch synchronized videos with your friends. So you guys can all watch at the same time. So, it's hard. If we've actually tried to do this before, if we all want to watch at the same time, with this, it synchronizes the video. So everybody's watching the same thing at the exact same time. Party members are kept within 1 second of each other. You can use or hide the group chat during the party, which I'm like, dude, for us, who like we've tried to, you know, obviously New Japan is on, you know, we can't watch it live. So when we've tried to have viewing parties with our online group, it's almost impossible. But this would give us a chance to create a viewing party. People can join it and watch it in progress.
Dude, New Japan needs to hire this guy.
Yep. And then you can also use or hide the group chat during the party. So you can actually have a group chat going on during the party. And then you can, there's settings saved in the cloud. So you log in njpwworld.com to manage your settings on any Chrome device with the extension installed, and it will save it on the other devices. And no personally identifiable information is ever saved, no tracking scripts of any kind. This is awesome.
Dude, it's amazing. Like I said, New Japan needs to hire this guy to work on New Japan World. Like, all this stuff should be features that New Japan World already has.
Yeah, this is something where, like, and this is kind of what we were talking about earlier. Like, you know, with, you know, I'm a fan of, like, people in the community doing things like this. Obviously, like, we're not getting paid to do this podcast. Other people that are doing podcasts aren't getting paid to do it. People that are, like Chris Charlton, who's, like, you know, posting, like, translations and Mr. Lariato and all these different guys who are in the community, they're not like getting paid to do this stuff. You know, they do it because they're passionate about the product. And whoever this was, like, I'm the guy who doesn't even know if Reddit is a forum or not. So I'm not good with computers, but like, it's really simple. You download a link and then you have a more user-friendly experience on NJPW World, which is just awesome.
Yeah, so shout out to that guy. And check out that extension now. I know I'm going to download it.
We're going to download it, and we'll let you guys know what we think after the test run. It just came out. And for me, that is going to do it for the news.
Yeah, so that's going to wrap it up this week. Next week, we'll be back with more Best of the Super Junior coverage. Really thank you again for listening to another episode of Keeping It Strong Style. Make sure you connect with us on social media. On Twitter, our show is at KI Strong Style. I'm at Jeremy L. Donovan. Social Suplex at Social Suplex. On Facebook, we're facebook.com/Social Suplex. We also have our exclusive membership group, the Wrestling Squared Circle, facebook.com/group/Wrestling Squared Circle. And make sure you check out all the other shows on the Social Suplex Podcast Network. We got One Nation Radio, One Nation Live, hosted by Rich Latta. We have The Outsider's Edge, hosted by Rance and Carl. The Ricky and Clive Wrestling Show from Scotland, obviously hosted by Ricky and Clive. The Wrestling Wash, hosted by Caleb Baldwin. We have Grown Men Watch This Shit, hosted by Chris and Jeremy Tate.
It's Jeremy Tate.
Yeah.
Great.
AKA Vanderbeek. I think, did I miss anything with all the shows?
And we may be having a new show coming out. We are not going to spill the beans yet, but let's just say that there is an undercovered aspect of pro wrestling that exists out there, and we will be having a show very, very shortly, provided all the stars align and everything goes well.
So make sure you subscribe to the network, guys, to see all this stuff.
Because new content's always coming up, all the time.
Also, make sure you check out our Joey Osborne and Blanco Loco interview if you haven't checked that out yet. That's up on the network.
Also, like, thank you guys for being involved in what we do and, like, listening to this. You guys could, you know, spend your time doing something else, and you know, many of you guys choose to, you know, let us accompany you to your rides to work, or, you know, whenever it is that you guys, you know, plug this in. We get positive feedback all the time, so the fact that you guys are still digging this and still, like, listening and sticking with us, you know, we really appreciate the support, and we need you guys, your help, in order to grow this thing, because I see all the time where people have talked about, like, oh, there's not consistent New Japan podcasts, and I'm like, we're right here.
Like, we
post every single week.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a while now, and since December.
And so people, you know, but it's one of those things where, like, there's so much space out there on the internet, and I mean, in order for this thing to grow, we need your guys' help. So if you dig what we're doing, give us a share, give us a follow, give us a link, give us a listen, whatever it is that you do.
Right, share with your friends, make sure you're subscribed, leave us a rating and review that helps us, you know, get seen by more people.
Thank you for participating in our Best of the Super Juniors contest.
Yeah.
Get ready, because it's not going to be the last one this year. We got G1 coming up, so
That's going to be interesting. Prediction contest.
yeah, so we got G1 coming up, and I mean, thank you guys. Thank you for, the support. Again, it's just, we really, 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 really appreciate it. You're the reason that not really you, because we're marks for ourselves. But as a secondary reason, you guys are the reason we do this.
Yeah, so we love you.
But for real, we appreciate everyone who is listening to this, for real.
Yeah. So until next time, goodbye and good night.
Bang!
Thank you for listening to Keepin' It Strong Style. We'll see you next time.
We're up 100, 3K, 3K, 3K. We're up 100, 3,000 is all the